Kalimera Malagues.
Kalimera Malagues.
Kalimera.
And welcome to episode 15 with the tallest guest we have had so far. And we had to adjust all the cameras, Yiannimize. So thank you for coming. We know you've been asked to be on others, but you owed Laggy from previous years.
That's it. You promised me some lag and stuff like that. So I said I can't not do this one.
Exactly. So if anyone has problems,
Speak
to Peter.
Xatos. So our friend Michael, South African Michael Pavlidis, he was meant to be here today, and he wrote a nice little introduction.
Okay.
Right,
I wouldn't say he's stalker, but he's a fan.
If he was a stalker, he would have been here. He would have left his wife to come here. So, successful entrepreneur in the UK, known for his company called Yiannimize, where he raps
Sorry, one
high.
Yiannimize.
Yiannimize.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yiannimize.
What?
It's not Yianni. Yiannimize.
It's the Donos, you know, Yiannimize.
So, Yiannimize.
Yeah, there you go.
I call your name though.
That's fine, go on.
It's from your name.
It's going to be one of these shows, isn't it?
Successful entrepreneur in the UK, known for his company Yiannimize.
No.
Next, is that cut?
Yeah.
Successful entrepreneur in the UK, known for his company Yiannimize. I've said
Jesus
it.
Christ, we've been here 3 minutes, bro.
No,
Are you
say
sure?
it.
Is this
what
I don't
you
know.
work with?
No, but
100%.
I'm saying exactly what you're saying.
Yiannimize.
Yiannimize.
You're still not saying
still
it.
not
I am
saying it.
saying Yiannimize. Not the I. There's an I there.
It's Yianni and customize.
Yiannimize.
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 How do you say customize? You don't say customize.
He says customize.
Yiannimize. Customize.
This has gone
Customize.
south real
This has
quick,
gone
innit?
so left.
This is
I
gone-
always make it
It
like
was nice seeing you, bro.
That's it. That's the podcast finish, right? Let's go.
now that there's someone else here saying that, I'm like, maybe the problem is me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yiannimize.
That's fine.
That's fine. He's
But say it.
Just it's fine.
Yiannimize.
However you want to say it, let's just do this.
I'm saying
I
it.
knew I should have
Yiannimize.
done a podcast
All right.
with villagers.
Do you want to
This is-
read it?
No, you read your intro. It's funny.
Successful. Wait a minute. When it gets to that, say.
Okay.
Because I can't say it. I'm saying it. All right. Successful entrepreneur in the UK, known for his company called
Yiannimize.
where he raps high-end cars and celebrity cars. He is also often seen on Car Wow drag races, where he is Car Wow's second best drag racer.
How dare he? How dare he?
He would like that. Oh my God, I don't want to. It's not from me. It's from Michael. Anyway, welcome, Yianni. I'm sorry. I can't say your name now.
But he's kind of like he don't know me. It's like he's sitting next to like some big celebrity. He doesn't know who I am.
No,
Seen
I
each other
know
for a
you, but
million
now I'm
years.
thinking, am I saying your name wrong
You're
now?
saying it right, bro.
I'm saying what you're saying. I swear down. Anyway, welcome. So you're
you.
inside. The one thing we was talking about, like you've obviously had a back problem. You got better. You're looking great.
Thank you.
I ain't trying it on.
Very tanned considering
yeah.
you live in England.
I've just got back from Greece.
Oh, there you go.
You went
That's
to
it.
Greece.
And I'm usually
Yeah,
tan
you got
anyway.
that natural,
I am dark
that
always.
natural
yeah.
olive. You know
That's
that
it. I'm natural olive and then
yeah.
ghost.
All right, I deserve that.
Yeah.
Like the intro is like 20 minutes of me trying to say
straight away trying to say,
Yiannimize.
yeah. He's done it wrong again, bro.
You can't.
Yiannimize. Yiannimize. Yiannimize.
Peter,
I'm gonna say.
Peter, move forward. Don't
All right,
move back.
I'm going forward, but I can't. That's the way it sounds. Anyway, so you're better. You're going to get back into training, and I remember we spoke some time ago. You was doing boxing,
Yeah.
and people were always offering you
Yeah.
to fight
Did
them
you
and
really
everything.
what you get offered out?
Oh.
Yeah, I get offered all the time. Before I had my back op, I was training. I could have fought.
I see you on Instagram.
I was,
man.
I
You
was-
was-
yeah. I was on it. So I trained with Chris Evangelou.
Nice,
At
bro.
Fit Factory. So shout out Chris.
Yeah, man.
But then my back went. Not through boxing,
It's
just something
just went,
happened,
yeah.
and then I was out for
So
7, 8, 9 months.
if you fought someone,
Oh no,
no, you would want them to be similar height or weight, or you know what I mean. You want it to be a fair fight. You're not going to just.
Bro,
Yeah.
who's he gonna fight? David Hay?
What
Like,
size-
who's similar
I don't know
height, bro?
who, and you would want to fight someone who's worth it, not like.
It's the profile.
Yeah.
So there was loads of people offering me out, but they've got like 2,000 followers, 5,000 followers, and
It's not worth your time,
it needs,
really. Like,
because the thing is,
So you wouldn't
if I
fight
lose,
Laggy?
I lose,
Yeah.
and if I win, I lose.
we could never fight.
We can never fight.
No,
Never
because
fight.
they're the followers.
Because I'm scared of his dad.
Okay, so who have you got in mind, if you can say?
Oh, no, I haven't got. As I said, it
Like
was a long time
KSI?
ago.
Was he too
No,
short?
JJ's too light.
Yeah.
JJ's too light.
And the
so...
thing is,
JJ?
it's hard for you because you're such a well-known. You haven't really got problems with people in the industry like that,
Nah.
and I feel like it's never fun. Like because
No.
at some point it has to become. It's a fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
No, but I would never fight someone I hated. I wouldn't do that. Like the guy I fought, I didn't really know him, but then
Yeah.
it was very professional and we had a good time. And after he said, well done. And that's what I want. But obviously to sell the hype.
Yeah,
You need
got
to-
not fake it, but you got to be out there
Yeah,
shouting
yeah.
and screaming. But I'm old now. I'm past. It's not
How
about
old
me.
are you
I'm
now?
about. Yeah, I don't reveal my age.
Nah.
I actually don't reveal my age. My management always says to me, "Don't reveal your age," and that's it.
Don't worry, I won't.
I'm over 30.
Okay.
He's actually
that's what
he's younger than you.
Shut up.
Yeah, but you're like you say you lie about your age. You're actually like 40.
Suvlagi says, I'm a good age.
Peter's
That's
a
it.
bad age.
That's it, exactly. I love Suvlagi.
Suvlagi is the best. Everyone likes him more than me. I bet he can say.
Yeah, why is he not
Yiannimize. He's on the beach.
Yanni, listen,
I can't grow even
we
if I
have a
try.
problem. Like he is getting to the point of split personality now. Like
Really?
yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't book him a plane ticket and stuff. Like
He has his own
it's-
wardrobe at home.
Yeah, it's really it's gone past.
Hey,
that point.
what? He's got clothes, the guy.
Talking about clothes, I love wherever Yianni goes. Yeah, I love
Brand everything.
You are
That's brand
you are-
everything.
since I was because obviously we've known each other long. You've known my dad long time, but
Yeah.
I've known you since I was young, and he's the king of branding, bro. You was doing it before everyone else.
Yeah.
Like seriously, before everyone was printing t-shirts and all that, Yianni was on it, bro. I remember when we went to your first unit, the one where I was because I was working with Yianni and
Yeah, he used to work for me. Like, he used to work
I was
for
the
me.
bitch boy. I was the coffee boy.
He was. You were finding your feet. You didn't know what you
Yeah.
wanted to do, and your dad spoke to me. I was like, "Come and work for me for a bit," because initially you wanted to be an electrician.
Yeah, and then I figured I don't like ladders, so,
that didn't work.
let me just-
That ain't fucking
nah,
good.
there's no way. I'm
They're
good
like,
at
can you
ladders.
fix that? Nah,
Nah,
it's
that's
too high.
bro. I do skirting board level stuff. That was it.
And that was on the
But
first floor.
Yianni, because obviously I was dancing a lot and stuff like that. Yianni said to me, like, obviously my dad spoke. He said, "Come work here," and he gave me so much. We had to go and dance. He'd say, "Yeah, take a day off here, whatever." It was great, man. But I learned how to wrap a door handle.
Yeah.
That's the bit I can wrap on a
Do you
car,
know a lot-
which is the hardest bit to wrap.
It's difficult because it's obviously small and it moves.
Do you know when I
around.
realised I could never wrap cars? Is when I got a new mobile and they put the protective screen on it and I tried to do it myself. I was like, now I'm like, yeah, can you do it for me? Fucking bubbles and bumps and shit like that. It looked like a Samsung.
Wow.
So we have some questions and everything, but I do, because obviously we have a sponsor today, someone that you have helped open and become Cyprus's best, I would say,
Definitely
car
Cyprus.
wrapping service and
PPF.
and
You know what PPF is?
pay-per-view cars.
PPV. Fucking idiot.
These letters, right?
Oh, bro, do you know what? People come on here and they try and hold a certain level of we know what the fuck
Professionalism.
we're doing. Yeah, and he can't say.
I tried
Yiannimize.
to hold it, but I just can't hold that long.
PPF per protective.
Sometimes, yeah, protective.
I should know this shit.
Yeah, you've worked there.
Yeah, but again,
you was
like,
busy
I know what your
dancing.
coffee order is, but that's not.
A PPF is
Go on, let's see.
focus on your papers.
Paint protective
Paint protective.
film.
No,
Protection.
paint
Paint
protection.
protection film.
Okay, well done.
Thank you very
Protection film. Well done.
So
well done.
basically, if you have a crazy ex-girl or you're bad at parking, it helps not get keyed up.
Not keyed up, stone chips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it keeps the original colour. It just protects it. It's like a thicker micron. Whereas a wrap, it changes the colour.
And that is Project 357. So for in England, if you need any wrapping and services and anything like that, you go to
Yiannimize.
No.
I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now.
Sorry,
It's you, bro.
you're gonna say it wrong.
Yeah.
He's gonna go on the next. Yianni.
Yiannimize. You come straight off the Greek bottle. Straight off the vodka. You're probably thinking, what is going on? Well, at this point in the video, myself, Peter and Luggy were supposed to talk about Project 357 and say what they do for a living. However, we just got carried away and we just drifted and went over here and went over there. Project 357 are a wrapping PPF company based in Cyprus that are the equivalent to Yiannimize. They work on some of the best cars in the world. And remember, this is Cyprus, and with the heat, the quality is still top. It's owned by my friend Russ, who I love. But anyway, check out Project 357 if you want PPF, if you want wrapping, or anything else really to do with the car world. Anyway, back to the video.
How long let's get, because I've got some questions, because like it's nice to see your point of view from things, because obviously in the UK, you're number one. Yeah, you've been number one. You started as number one. Is there anyone else in the UK where like, because your waiting list is crazy. Even when I was with you, like 10 years ago, it was crazy then. Now it must be ridiculous, bro.
Now it's handpicked. So now our customers are really. So we still have probably a 3.5 months.
You're like Rolls Royce of rapping or Ferrari of rapping, where it's
Not
like
Ferrari, Lambo.
Oh, okay, Lambo. You're Lambo of rapping. Sorry,
Yeah,
I forgot.
I'm fortunate enough that if you say car rapping with a first name, you say
100%.
always. Doesn't matter where you are in the
100%.
world. It's just the way I built the brand. I built the business, and but not everyone knows. I can't rap. Do you know? So I'm known as the rap
He can
king.
spit bars, but like he can't.
Yeah, I can't rap. And everyone's like, oh, you should be on the tools. I'm like, Richard Branson don't fly the planes.
Exactly.
I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm there to grow the business. I'm there to network. If I'm on the tools, working on the cars, then who's speaking to the customers? Who's growing the business?
100%.
Who's out there?
Because it's good to have a personality. Yeah.
You hire people that are the best, and that's why I had Nico and Mark.
Big up Nico
Nico and Mark.
Yiannimize.
Yeah, shout out the boys.
Bro, the best boy. They're doing.
incredible.
Are you still together?
Of course.
So you're.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
These are my
100%.
little
I know they're
brothers,
like brothers, man. Of course,
They've been with me 12 and 13 years.
Yeah, man.
So like the hair's got off my arm. I love Nico and Mark. So they're still around me. I have my team. So with Milton Keynes, we have Enfield. Enfield, we film all the media and stuff like that. We have like white walls, green screens and stuff like that. And then Milton Keynes, obviously with Urban.
Yeah.
We're still.
So you're still in Enfield?
I've still got Enfield where it's media, we shoot, and then Milton Keynes is where we partner up with Urban, so we just do loads of stuff there. But everything's handpicked. But the rapping is, do you know what? The rapping game, people think you're going to get in that business, you're going to become a millionaire. You're not. People look at me like, oh, he's got the car, he's got that. I'm like, that's not where I make my money. I make my money in property, I make money in recruitment.
And YouTube and all of this type of stuff.
And then social media now is what I do a lot more of, so brand deals
But
and things like that.
it's hard for people some people, they just see people making videos and easy, they put a camera, they don't see everything behind it. I remember I came to your Enfield store or shop, and there was just one room of people doing the edits, the films, everything like that. So there's a lot behind it. One question I have, because you said you don't know how to rap, how did you decide to open a car rapping?
Always loved cars, so I was always passionate about cars, wanted to be in that industry. And as I said, I've worked everywhere. So I've worked at Marks and Spencer's, I worked at Do It All, Office World. I had a phone shop, a hairdresser's, a car wash, milkshake shop.
His face, he's like, what?
I've had everything.
Wow.
So I used to own hairdressers, can't cut hair. Okay, I used to own Tops in Kingsbury. So my cousin Mary used to own it, and then he sold it to me, and then I had a girl there called Anna. She used to manage it for me, and we had some other staff in there. So I've owned loads of businesses, but I've never been on the tools.
This is some.
It's like me, I'm a comedian, can't tell jokes.
Can't tell fucking jokes. Yeah, exactly the same, except he's done well, and you're like leveled off. But it's all right, don't worry.
No, but that is absolutely mental. But it's like,
because like, I've been. So let's say you're breaking into the car world. Obviously, you had a lot of friends, close friends of yours that were in sports, professional sportsmen and stuff like that.
Bakary Sagna.
Bakary,
The Arsenal right back, Man City player.
How did you go with the conversation? Like, I don't know if you've been asked these questions before, but for people who haven't, that conversation to being friends with him, to bro, let me wrap your car. Like, was it like that, or was it like you started doing stuff and then you said to him, like, or did he come
so I got
you?
introduced to Baki. Baki used to live in Cockfosters, Hadley Wood, and I got introduced to him. So there was a girl that I was seeing, and she was like, "Oh, there's this," and obviously I'm a massive Arsenal fan. She was like, "Oh, this guy's here, and he's with his wife, and he's in like, an Arsenal player." And I'm like, "What's his name?" She's like, "Bakary Sagna." I'm like, "Who? Never heard of him." Quickly searched him, and he just signed from Arsenal to Arsenal. So I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Oh, they want to go out for dinner." I was like, "Yeah, cool." Go out for dinner. He speaks no English. It's French, and he speaks, because obviously he's just arrived, speaks no English. So we start talking, and at the time I had a Gallardo. I had a white Gallardo.
did you try and pull out some French?
My French is, listen, I wasn't good at school. So
you make Del Boy look like he knows French.
Yeah, it was Paul. My French was as good as you saying Yiannimize. So we went out for dinner, we spoke, didn't struggle to get on, and he liked cars. And he showed me something on the screen. He was like, oh, I want a car like this, and blah, blah, blah. And it was a Range Rover. So I was like, okay. He sends me the money. He sends me like 60 grand at the time. Doesn't know me. Yeah. And later on, obviously in life, I said to him, don't ever do that again. I said, because I could have taken your 60 grand and gone. Don't do that. So he wrapped his car, he took it to the training ground, and everyone's like, oh my God, your car's amazing. So he had a wrap, he had a sound system, body kit, everything.
You are that was first.
That was the first player. And this was before the days of Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's before you had Twitter.
Yeah.
So I took the car to the training ground. Everyone's like, oh, your car's amazing. Who done your car? He's like, oh, this guy, Yianni. Like, oh, in France. They're like, no, here. And they're like, You've just arrived. How have you found someone to do
More
your car?
contacts than them already.
yeah.
Next I know William Gallas. You know who William Gallas is?
Yeah, I know
Does
Gallas.
he know about football?
Yeah, no, I know Gallas. Yeah,
He knows, yeah, he's
the old. If you ask me a Chelsea player now, don't know.
yeah.
Okay.
I know Gallas.
Okay, so when Gallas was at Arsenal, so he rings me and Gallas got that voice. He's like, Yianni. And I'm like, yeah. He's
Hello?
like, it's William Gallas. I'm like, okay. And I'm a massive Arsenal fan as well. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's not like now that I know everyone, but it's like, okay. He's like, come see me at the training ground. So I was like, okay then. So you pull up to the training ground at London Colney and I'm in the Gallardo. So I pull in and they're like, yeah, park in the first team car park. So I'm like, okay. So I feel like a player now. So I pull into the first team car park and it's Porsches, Lambos, Ferraris, Bentleys everywhere. So I'm sitting there waiting. And they're like, they'll be out in a bit. So the players start coming out one by one. So obviously Back comes out. Yianni gives me a hug. And then William comes out. Theo Walker comes out like, Yianni. And I'm like, you lot are like, I love you guys. How do you know who I am?
You're like thinking, do I ask for an autograph now or like do I wait a little bit?
How do you lot know who I am? And Gallas at the time had an SLR, so McLaren SLR convertible, which was about 400 grand. And this is 10 years ago. Yeah. And he's like, I want you to wrap the car. I was like, okay. And he goes, I wanted it chrome, like a silver mirror ball chrome. So I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, I want you to take it now. Okay, cool. Let me say something to you. I'm not insured.
Wow.
I'm not insured to drive that car, 400 grand. And I've never driven that car before. He goes, you want to take? I was like, yeah. He goes, you know how to drive? I'm like, yeah, of course. Left-hand drive. So I get in the car, left-hand drive, put the key in, not starting. He goes, you know how to start the car? I'm like, yeah, I'm just making sure everything's okay. I'm sitting there trying to work out how to start the car. You think I can start the car? Can't start the car. The button on an SLR, you've got to flip up the centre and the button is underneath.
Like a fighter jet.
Yeah,
type.
exactly. You flip it and you put it underneath. Anyway, so start the car, drive the car back to the
20 mile an
back to my
hour.
house,
Like,
trying to work the left-hand drive,
Go
trying to work it
around.
out.
Yeah.
Struggling. Anyway, wrap the car, I drop it to the Arsenal stadium. He goes, can you bring it to the game? So they'll play in Blackburn, drop it to the stadium, park it in an underground car park. They win the game. Gallas drives the car out the stadium. When you leave Arsenal, all the people, the fans are there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Picture. In the paper the following day, Arsenal's chrome win.
Wow.
Picture of the car. And that was it.
Wow.
And
that
it.
must have been like timing wise, because you guys obviously with Chrome that like, okay, again, I'm just saying because I know that's like the hardest thing to rap. Hardest, like in the sense of getting it down properly. That must have been one of the first ones in that.
That was early days. It was really, really early days. And people hated chrome. I like being out there. My car's chrome turquoise, chrome rose gold.
But you're in a rapping company, you can change it whenever you want.
Change it all the time. But people, and that was it. And then on Twitter, it'd be like, oh, thanks, Yianni, da-da-da. So this was Twitter. And then you had like James Corden, One Direction. So this was all on Twitter. And then Instagram landed. And that was like the hallelujah. Because Instagram is pictures and visual.
Yeah.
And people love cars. Doesn't matter what country you're from. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. Worldwide.
It breaks language barriers, like everything. Yeah.
People love cars. And then we started putting pictures out on Instagram and everyone's like, oh my God. And then it was easier for people to promote me. So you do like a John Terry or Jack Wilshere or a Sanya or a Theo Walker or whatever. And they'll be like, oh yeah, he done my car.
And then word of mouth that's just like.
And social media just went. Blah, blah, blah,
How did you find the work? Like was it like a big flood of work? And then the pressure behind that. And did you have the guys working there then?
So no.
Yeah. So like how? Yeah.
So how was you like a middleman and you sent them to someone? Like,
So I had my Gallardo, but I also had a smart car that I used to drive around in.
You was in a smart car.
Yeah, I still got a smart car
bro,
now.
Yanni's got bad. I used to whip that smart car with the
Exactly.
Yeah,
Listen, my number plate on my smart car is 87A. The plate's worth 200 grand. The smart car's worth about 3 grand.
Yeah.
So people are like, how is that plate on that car? But it's just like, I just put it on there for a laugh. But I used to outsource everything. Yeah, I used to outsource everything. So I would take it to you to wrap, you to paint the wheels, you for the body shop, you this. And everyone's like, oh, I want to come to your place. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it up. I didn't have no place.
It's just
So
getting
you
painted now. Like,
hustled.
I was a middleman. So it was me and one guy. So I would make money. So you would give me a price, let's say 2 grand. I would charge 2.5. You'd give me a price £500. I'd charge £1,000. So I'd make all this
you're
money.
making loads of little bits everywhere.
Exactly.
Right.
But I got so big so quick. I'm like, I need to get a place quick.
Yeah.
So I'm about to be exposed as this guy that doesn't have no business, no staff.
Yeah.
And then obviously he set up the business and it just grew and grew and grew.
Wow.
And then obviously it was YouTube. Then it was a TV show.
Bro, you know
When did you start?
the point in which you see that it went mental was so where you have Enfield opposite is a school.
Yeah.
There's kids, yeah. They finish school. You know, normally we go finish school, we go chicken and chip shop, go home. There's kids waiting there for hours, bro, just trying to look like until a Lambo comes out. Like it's mad, bro.
When did you start YouTube? When did you think? Because like obviously Instagram was just pictures, wasn't it? At that point, it wasn't video. When did you start YouTube before Instagram or?
No, I think YouTube was after Instagram, and the big turning point on YouTube was KSI.
Yeah.
When we done his chrome purple car, that's still probably my biggest video now. Like
You
11
must
million.
have thousands of kids outside there waiting for.
Well, we didn't obviously let people know,
Right.
but sometimes you see the cars coming, or sometimes we'd get caught if a celebrity was there and they'd be queuing. I remember we had to have the school teachers come over saying, you can't have the kids in. I'm like,
You ain't brought them here.
I ain't
Do you know,
brought
it's
them
not like the
here.
Pied
But
Piper, like-
yeah, exactly. It's health and safety. And I'm like, it's not my fault. I said, send them back to school then. But yeah, KSI was the big turning point. And it's weird now because people know me. I've done an event on Sunday with 23,500 people there.
Was that less?
That was Leicester.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I've done a lot of events, and that's obviously a Yiannimize
Yeah.
live. Even for me, when I was coming out on stage, I looked and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, I'm not Stormzy. I'm just a guy that owns a
No,
business.
but you've hit rock star status, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
But
thing. Like,
but it was very, even for me, I was a bit like,
Like a
okay,
bit
there's
taken
a
back
lot
a
of
little
people
bit,
here.
yeah.
And literally, I'm like, what am I going to do? It's not like I'm performing on stage.
you
I'm not singing. I'm not doing breakdancing. I'm
yeah,
not doing
like,
comedy.
comes out, spins on his head. Like,
I come out and I've done a Q&A.
Do you know when you see so many people, do you ever get like imposter syndrome? Like, they're here for me? Like,
Yesterday,
Yeah.
Sunday was that was the day. I never usually get it, but that
Yeah.
day was the biggest thing ever, and I was just like, "This is insane." And Leicester people were so cool,
Yeah.
so many different people, so many different ages, kids, women, men, just everyone.
That's the thing about
It was mad.
Yianni's like persona and company. You've broken things where maybe some people have a niche. Like KSI, he's got a niche, but a strong niche. Yours is so broad where
Yeah.
everyone likes. You know, like you said, different ages, different like men, women, everyone. Like I've been places where people have said to Yianni, like older people, I think you don't. Why? You know what I mean? Like, and they love it, man. It's crazy.
Do you know what the thing is? So I asked this question on stage on Sunday. So I said, how do you guys know me? So I said, who knows me from KSI? A few hands went up, yeah. So KSI is obviously a long time ago. You'd have been young, you follow my journey. I said, who knows me from the TV show? Older heads.
Yeah,
so when
yeah.
you're on the TV show, you get TV and social media don't cross over.
Yeah.
You have social media and you have TV. People that see you on TV don't even watch social media. So the older heads. I said, okay, who knows me from Carwow? Loads of hands went up because Carwow do millions and
Yeah.
millions of views and people love that channel. Obviously, me and Matt. And then I said, who knows me from Yiannimize? And obviously that was the majority of hands went up through the rapping. But it was actually like the hairs got off my arm. It was weird to see how many people
Overwhelming,
know
like-
me, through so many different things. But it was cool. It was cool. It was humbling. And then I'll do a meet and greet and I stand there for hours on end meeting people.
And you do a lot for charity and...
Raise the Sunshine, ambassador for Raise the Sunshine Grant, which is
That
so
got
many
me.
children.
That got me, you know.
Without
man,
the
like,
coffin.
Yeah, man, that got me.
No,
bro.
fuck, yeah.
But like it's so nice. So many people do things and they forget, but to give back and to do things like because you've been doing that for years, bro. Again, you've been like one of the first people to do stuff like that, even since I was there. And like it's nice to see that you carry that on because a lot of people forget sometimes and don't give back, but it's good, man.
I mean,
It's
I know
well.
where I come from. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm from Wembley.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
not-
get into that, man, because Yanni's got
yeah.
stories from young, brother.
I just wanted to say one thing though. How do you find the pressure from? Because at the beginning it was you was like hustling,
Yeah.
getting. And then you opened the shop, then you've got YouTube, then you got Carwow. Now you've got all these other things, Q&As. Like, how do you deal with all of this? Obviously, you have a team behind you, but you are the face. You are the one out, and obviously family life. How do you balance? Because I remember I'd done a video and I said I do this, and you was like, that's actually right. Like you've got a life as well. You need to exercise. You need to look after your health. How do you balance and deal with all of
difficult.
this?
It's difficult. You struggle.
Like you love it.
I love it. I thrive off it. And I love people. I love meeting people. I love when you go to an event and you meet people and you see a little kid's face and they look at you and they smile and you spend 20, 30, 40 seconds with them and you're just talking, what's your name? So I do a little thing where, let's say you got the parents, the mum and dad, and usually they have 2 kids or 3 kids. And I'll go to like the youngest kid who's like 5 years old or 6 years old. So I'll go and I'm like, you okay? And I'll talk to him and you can see the parents are filming and the kid's like looking at me like, oh my God. And I'll
That's
be
like some core memory that they're not going to forget.
Exactly. And for me, it's giving them that 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. A lot of people just do a picture and they get rid of you. I don't. That's why my queue is always for hours because I talk to people.
Yeah.
So I'll like go to the kid and I'm like, okay, is that your mum and dad? So I've got to check. You never know who's who.
Yeah.
I said, who's that? That's mum. That's dad. Okay, I'm like, let me ask you a question. I'm like, who's the coolest? And you see their minds now doing this, and the parents are like, I hope they pick me, I hope they pick me. Daddy. And the mum was like, what do you mean? I'm like, but doesn't your mum cook and clean and this?
So you just back her.
So I do that. And that is something that they will remember. And they usually film it and it's pictured. And then after the event, my DMs are just filled with people saying, it was the best show, thank you so much. My kid can't stop talking about it. And I also have a big following of kids that are not well. Yeah. Like they have like an ADHD or they have autism, and the hair's gone off my arm as well. This like my whole body's just gone like this now. And I don't know what it is, but they will say to me, the kids will just sit and watch you all day long. And it's the kids that are not well. So I don't know why, I don't know what it is that about me, but they will just watch, just watch your video. It goes, I wake up in the morning, all I hear is your voice. I go to bed and all I hear is your voice. It's just continuously played all the time on YouTube. And I don't know why, but it's usually a lot of the kids that are not well, that either as I have ADHD or autism, or have some sort of form of learning difficulty. And because I love kids and I know how to manage them, a lot of parents will say to me when the kid comes to you, they're like, they don't usually go anywhere near. But for some reason, you talk to them and they'll sit there and they'll listen. You can put your arm on them and they usually do this. With you, it's like an energy that they feel really comfortable.
It's an energy.
And I think it's like with a dog or like with a child that they wouldn't go. I have that with these sort of kids, and it feels really nice to give back and make parents happy, because they obviously struggle with having kids that have learning difficulties. It's very difficult.
And the charities that you
so Rays of Sunshine.
Rays of Sunshine.
Yeah, Rays of Sunshine, the grant wishes terminally ill children. So it's a great charity. It's a great charity. And I've been an ambassador with them for, I don't even know now, maybe 8 years, 9 years. And it's difficult because a lot of the kids on there have passed away that I've granted wishes for. But we've shot videos. So
it's like a lasting memory for everyone that knew them and for yourself. And
the parents have said to me, they said before that the child passed away, they'd watch that video every single day, and then when they passed, the parents would still watch the video. And it's funny enough, I saw a couple of parents on Sunday, and they said to me, the video's on it's like 3,000 away from 1 million views. Obviously, with them and their son, and it's and they're watching that. We're trying to hope it gets to 1 million, and it's a memory that lives on for their child.
No, of course, man.
But it's nice.
No, it's very beautiful.
I want to get
Roadman Yianni.
Roadman Yianni. Bro, I want to get into like. So obviously, your mum and dad were first generation.
Yeah. So my mum's Larnaca, Central Town, and my dad's Famagusta.
Okay, and they were like the first wave of Cypriots that went to.
They moved before the war. So the war was 74.
Yeah.
So they moved, I think, 1970.
Okay.
I think 1970. They moved just before, not because they knew it was coming, but just
plane or boat.
Before. Container. Container.
No, that's actually it's a valid question though.
Yeah. So they moved into the UK.
Plane,
but the whole
plane.
He was really worried.
Australia boat.
Was it Cyprus Airways back then?
Yeah, man.
It was Cyprus Airways back
cigarettes and the curtains.
Oh yeah, I'm too young for that. You're like that.
You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's your dad's generation.
Yeah, that's dad's generation. So obviously I've heard from dad's point of view growing up in London. Obviously dad's a lot older than you, but the way that he grew up, he was in South London. You're not fucking far off, bro. Remember that. How was it for you? Where did you where was you born? Like which area in London?
I was born in Wembley.
Okay.
So Wembley, to be fair, back then was quite a lot of Greeks and Jews.
Okay.
So I lived near Preston Road. So you had a synagogue, and then in Kenton you had the Greek church.
Yeah, the Greek church. Yeah.
And that's around the corner from Golders Green, where again you've got all the Jews, all the Frummers and stuff like that, and then you've got the massive Greek church bang in the middle of the most Jewish area ever.
But it's funny because my brother Paul, like he used to go Golders Green a lot and stuff, and he said everyone just integrated. Like it was very.
We got on really well.
It was because I think they like that time there, everyone come with the hard work ethic. They wanted to come, they wanted to do well, and everyone just integrated. Like so, obviously my dad was in South London, so he was in Balham. Wasn't a lot of Greeks around in that area. So for you, when you used to go to school and that, was there a big Greek community in the school?
Nah. So I went to St. Greg's Catholic school, and obviously I'm Orthodox.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I'm not supposed to go to that school. So we used a friend of mine to say that I was their cousin to get in as Christian, even though I'm Greek Orthodox.
Okay.
Did you look alike though? Like complexion? He's my cousin.
His cousin had blue eyes. He's like, yeah, he's my cousin for a long time ago.
On my mother's sister's side.
So, he was Armenian.
So we
got away with it. But the school was was predominantly Irish, black, but
Proper
minimal.
Catholic school, like-
yeah,
Okay.
proper Catholic school in Kenton, and yeah, I wasn't good at school.
Did you used to get the cane? Or was that too?
Nah.
Was that,
He's
wasn't,
I'm
He's
not that old, mate.
bro. You know, he's
we're trying to kick it out.
Nah, it weren't that. Listen, my parents weren't your typical off the boat Greeks.
Yeah. Okay.
So my mum has a sort of Greek accent, but not the typical. Not that.
When
it's
she
not
meets
that
with her
bad.
friends, does it come out a little bit more?
No, she's not. Her
Okay.
English is good. Her English is good. And so I used to go to Greece a lot. So my dad's from Thessaloniki.
Oh, nice.
So I'd go to Greece a lot. So I'd spend 6 weeks a year, obviously the summer, the school holidays there. So I speak the Greek.
You don't speak
I can
like
speak both.
Kypri, I got like
No, but I can do both. So like if you'd say like back, you'd say bloody or you say rashi.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
No.
You
See,
know what
like,
I mean? You
see-
say kabuzi or you'd say
Batiha.
Yeah,
you
see, I go
understand?
Greece and they look at me like, are you all right?
Do you know
Like,
what? Do you know what I thought though? It's really funny though how it's crazy in Cyprus where we learn Greek at school, but we speak Cypriot. We learn that in the Gafene. Do you know?
village.
It's amazing though that we learn a language that we're not taught. We're just
Yeah,
we just pick up. I think it's
I'd like
crazy.
to learn Greek though, like because Greek elinigi, like you know,
Yeah,
like, I'd like to learn that. Yeah.
Now that I go Greece, now that I go Greece and I'm Ella Yiannagi Mutikanis.
The thing that always gets me, is he's the whitest guy. He should not be Greek. And you know when he speaks, and obviously he speaks it fluently, it's just so weird
But you know,
for me.
like obviously. So before we spoke about this, he's not a Charlie.
No,
Like,
he's not
English.
a Charlie
There's
at
no
all.
English
We
in
are
there,
Charlie.
bro.
You are not a.
Bro,
No,
he's
my
half-
mum's Italian.
He's half Italian, half
Yeah.
Cypriot. There's no English
I don't
in
even,
there.
and I done a
And
DNA.
he looks the most English.
I
out
done a
of everyone.
DNA. I am what I am. I'm 10% African. That's it. It is. But
Oh, we're getting those.
since I've been going to Greece and effing up everything, you know, you go somewhere. It was hot in the building. And this lady was helping me. I was like, "I'm polipirada mesa." She was like, "Pirate nafto." And I was like, "Zesty." Yeah. So now I'm sort of like picking up words. Like I called a boat a scaphos the other day. That's a Greek.
Is it?
And yeah, when I said it to
I
a
don't
girl,
even know what scaphos
yeah,
is.
scaphos is like a bigger, like a yacht.
Okay.
No, there you
Yeah,
go.
Nabamembas to scaphos.
I can't
you
believe
know?
I'm learning something from you.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
you
mad.
are. Otorinolaryngologos.
Ah, yeah. Let's not get into that one.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a
It's-
nose,
it's,
throat,
nose,
doctor,
ears, and
in-
throat
yeah.
doctor.
Say it?
Okay.
Otorinolaryngologos.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I done.
All right, so England, you went to Greece on holiday, and
Yeah.
mum's accent wasn't.
Wasn't your
Yeah,
typical thing,
dad's?
My dad was quite English.
Okay.
And both my parents are quite fair. So I'm dark.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know if the milk one
DNA.
was dark or
DNA.
Asian or something.
And the results are in.
Yeah, that's it. He's half Pakistani, half Indian.
This is what I was gonna say. to
Yianni
you, right?
sing.
Did you get not miss like misgender, but
Nationalized.
misnationalized? Like,
A lot of people, listen, if I'm in Cyprus and Greece, everyone knows I'm Greek.
yeah.
In certain areas in the UK, definitely Greek. Other people are, oh, I thought you're Pakistani, I thought you're Hindu, I thought you're this. And I'm like, nah, because obviously I'm dark. I'm
Yeah,
naturally
yeah.
dark. My features are dark.
Yeah, man.
But if you see my parents, they're very white.
Oh yeah, I've met your
So
parents.
yeah,
man.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
cool.
exactly. So my mum's proper like ghosty like you. Like proper.
I can't say anything. You said it to
I love it when you're here. My dad's here, and he,
He
But
gets-
does your mum get tanned? Because I.
no,
I'm-
it
yeah.
goes red and then she goes back to white.
yeah, he
Yeah,
goes white
same.
to red to white. It's like one of them drumsticks.
You know, you push them and then you see like that. You see the skin colour change.
Someone actually, I saw a video the other day. The dad got the kid's face and went like this, and when it was a face.
Peter goes feeling good. It's look for the drumstick lolly, and you'll see Peter, bro. That's it.
Oh my lucky. And so growing up, school. But who did you used to hang around
You
with?
didn't go Greek school. Did you do Greek school?
No, 'cause I played
Catholic school.
football.
Ah, okay.
So Greek school was
Oh,
always
the
on a
weekend,
Saturday
yeah, yeah.
morning or a Sunday morning, whatever it was. And like, my parents were like, "What do you want to do?" I'm going football.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going
I wish.
football.
Yeah, I didn't do Greek
So I
school.
didn't go Greek. And should I be honest with you? I'm gonna say this, and I ain't said this before. I wish growing up I was more Greek.
More like embrace your culture in a sense.
Because I was in Wembley, where there was a few Greeks, and it changed very quickly, where there weren't that many Greeks there, and obviously it was very.
Is that when they moved to, like, North
It was
London?
North London. So it was Southgate. It wasn't even Cockford at the time. It was Palmer's Green. It was
Green,
Haringey.
Yeah. Palmer's Greek.
Yeah, Palmer's Greek, and that's
Yeah.
it. So I wish I was more involved in the Greek community
Yeah.
growing up because I wasn't.
But I don't
But at
think.
the same time, I'm that type of person that believes if things were different, you might not be where you are.
Yeah.
Like if you
So-
might have not gone to
You might be an
Greek
accountant.
school instead of
You would have been an
football,
accountant.
You know what I mean? Like you might not
You
have
most probably
been
done that
pushed
job
to-
already.
To Arsenal, you might not have met the girl and
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, let's go for dinner." You might say, "I don't want to." Go.
Hey,
And then all of a
Yianni
sudden-
would be an accountant, but doesn't know how to account. Because you don't know what you're doing.
Yianni, I'm really sorry you had to come today.
I thought that was great.
That was a poor one.
That was good.
That was one of your best ones.
Hey, but I like that one.
Savlagi would have never got that.
yeah. 1 in 5.
Savlagi's the funny one.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't know what
100%.
wrapping cars was.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I've got some. There are other questions, but I've got some nice ones.
Sure.
You can't read.
Why, were
I
they
bet you
bad
could.
ones?
No, I bet you can't. You can read that, but not my handwriting. This is code.
You know,
so-
you know that's typed here. What do you mean
No,
handwriting?
my
Where's your
handwriting is there.
You
The
can't
blip.
even
See, you
see
couldn't
it.
even- before it's
Wow.
like-
Kitchen,
I know.
It looks
You're
like
a
chicken
doctor.
scratch.
No, I use my toes.
Yeah.
I want to because we were obviously talking about wrapping cars. I want to ask something. Have you horror stories? Have you got a horror story? Have you got
Loads.
pick one out the bag?
Oh, what do you want? Brand new Rolls Royce. We smashed the window. £900. Car was 2 days old. Pav was flipping it. I think it was Pav or Mike.
Yeah, it was
flipping
Pav.
the trim off, and the trim caught, and it just went, just smashed the whole window.
Bro, and then windows, yeah.
They're like
Was that out his salary? Yeah.
They're like bulletproof. No, I paid for it. But I rang the customer and said, listen, this is what's happened. I said, I'm going to call Rolls Royce. They're like, thanks for telling me, no problem.
Bro,
cool.
like
That was
this,
that.
yeah.
Horror
Like this.
customers.
Uh, f-
We don't need to say names.
In all the years, there was only 2 customers that ever had real complaints with us. And they were doing it. One of them was specifically on purpose. But you deal with it. You deal with it, and I don't care. Just refund you your money, no problem. But
See you later.
That's the thing. You're
overall-
at a point. Obviously, you've been at that point
That
for a
was
long
early
time.
days,
But
though.
you're at the point now where it's like you know your job. You know you're good at your job.
Yeah.
If you've got a problem, it's you that's got the problem. Do you know what I mean?
If you,
Like,
do you know what it is? It's about managing your customers, and I think it's customer expectation. People don't realize the customer only knows what you tell them. This is your industry, so you're training them to say, okay, I'm going to come and get my car wrapped. But what is car wrapping? Is it just putting vinyl? No, there's a lot more to it. So if you're going to have chrome, you need to explain to the customer from the off, just so you know, it's going to have a join. Vinyl does not come as wide in chrome, so
you
you're going to have a
can't
join on
stretch
the
the
bonnet.
chrome, yeah.
If you don't tell your customer and they come to pick up their car, they're like, what's that on the bonnet? Oh my God.
yeah. So it's
hold
about informing them beforehand. as to
Educating
So
them,
what-
then
yeah.
they know. So when they come, they're like, oh, okay, you know what you told me about that. Or you say, for the first 4 to 6 weeks, the vinyl's going to do this. It will eventually secure on the car. If you get a bubble or lift, it's going to happen then. So then when they go away in 3 weeks' time, they might see a bubble or they see something. They're not going to be like, oh my God, da, da, da. They'll be like, Yianni did say to me, da, da, da. They
Yeah.
bring the car back, you rectify it, it's fine. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But
And if you offer them that, and you say, but if you do this, it won't have that. They could obviously take the other option.
educate your customer, qualify your customer as well. People
I need
in the
to do that
sales
when I-
industry, they don't qualify people. They just take the phone calls and they don't know how
It's
to.
almost like take the money, see you later, delete
Yeah.
the number.
I don't do that. It's customer service always, and that's what I've
But
always
that's
been
why
about.
you've had return custom, like
Always
return
repeat.
custom from
for
everyone.
years, 10, 12
And making
years. customers.
relationships, making relationships is a big one, I think.
Do you know why I still have the wrapping business? It's not because it makes me money. It opens all my doors.
Yeah.
It opens all my doors. It allows me to network with people.
It's almost like your own networking space, isn't it? Like
You'll come and sit with me and you'll talk about cars. And I've had people from Rothschilds. Forget all the celebrities and stuff that I have on a
you're
daily
talking about the
basis.
people that don't have Instagram.
That's
that
it. They
like-
don't.
yeah,
But they'll
yeah.
come and sit with you and they would never have a conversation with you. But when you're talking about cars, you automatically relax. You're like, yeah, I'm talking about my car and I love cars and I'm passionate. So they talk about their cars and it was like, so what else do you do, this, that, and the other? I have businesses with customers that you wouldn't know
Yeah.
because they've come and got their car wrapped with me and because they've liked the customer service. And that is how I've built
Yeah.
my network.
Yanni's
Because
company is like me when I play golf. You know, like it's just you're with someone, you wouldn't talk to them normally, but because you're there with them, it's like, oh, you find similarities, you start talking, all of a sudden you've built that rapport, and,
And
then
you
you're
sort
like,
of understand what type of relationship they want to have, like a bit secretive, a little bit like you don't want people to know about this, keep it off the radar.
But they see how
and
you
stuff
do
like that.
business. They see how you've looked after them.
Yeah.
They see the customer service. They see the way the process has gone from start to finish. They're like, I could work with this
Yeah.
guy. This guy's professional. It's not about the wrapping business. I don't care about the wrapping, but you think I care about doing 3, 4, 5 grand wraps. It's not about that. It's customer service. It's networking. You've got to learn to network. You've got to learn to know how to speak to people. And I network with everyone. I don't care. I don't care who you are. There'll be people that think, oh, that guy's a nothing. You don't know who that guy's dad is or
Yeah,
who he
yeah,
works
100%.
for or
But
what
Do you
he
know,
does.
I wanted to say something about that as well because I said to you as well, the way you said that, it doesn't matter even if their dad or anything is like, even with me, you shared, supported and everything. And you
he
didn't
always
need to do
says-
that.
He always says that you always comment and like and share his videos.
You didn't
and-
need to do anything for me. I'm, 0. And you've done
Not
that with a
zero,
lot
but-
of people. All right, 1, 2. But,
Out of 3.
Yeah,
but for
maybe.
someone who's so you're big, you're out there. You don't have to, people don't have to help people that are coming up, but you do, and it's an amazing thing. And I would love to say thank you.
Yeah.
Like I've said thank you many times, I think.
Do you know why though? Because listen, me taking away your shine is not going to make me any brighter. It's not going to make me any better. And we're not in the same industry.
Exactly.
Listen, if I ain't going to lie, if you're car rapping, I'd still help you because I still do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm never
Give
going
you
to.
you're not gonna give you the special
But
sauce.
now,
you know what I
he
mean?
knows I can't even do my
Yeah, your
iPhone.
screen. He's gonna tell you
It
everything.
don't matter. I might try to take up being a comedian.
If you could have been anything else, if you had did you have any other dreams that you wanted to be?
Okay, so nowadays, when you ask kids what do you want to do, what do they say? I want to be famous.
Yeah.
I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be
YouTuber,
rich.
maybe footballer. Yeah.
No, not even that. It's still YouTuber.
Oh,
It's
really?
so
That's
big
terrible.
YouTuber and thing. And I did that and I asked that question again on Sunday. I wanted to be a football player and I was good when I was young, but I had asthma. Now, asthma nowadays is like, it's asthma. It's no big deal. You just have the pump. But when I was young, I nearly died twice. So my nickname was like Mr. Wheezy because I used to wheeze all the time.
I'm just saying, if you had been a rapper, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Mr. Weezy. I'm just
Young
saying.
Moulin, baby.
That's it. So I loved football, and but because I had asthma and stuff, I couldn't breathe properly, so I'd struggle. And what's weird is that I wanted to be in the football industry, and in a way I was.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
I experienced what it was like to be a football player. So I would go to all the games. I'd have a box. I'd go players lounge. I would go to the training ground. I'd be amongst
So you're
all the
in
players.
that world without being
a football player.
Yeah.
And I was so I got nicknamed by a lot of the football players as famous amongst famous people. So early days, I'd go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I'm sitting there and I'm with you and we're sitting there eating, and then a football player would come and be like, "Oh, Yianni, come give me a hug." And then a musician would come, "Oh, Yianni, come give me a hug." And the other people would look around and be like,
Who's
"Why
this
are people
guy?"
saying hello to that guy?" I don't know who he is because I wasn't famous.
Yeah.
So I was famous amongst famous people. And I'll be honest, I loved that. That was much better. And then obviously when social media happened and then TV and everything, then I become famous in my own right, whatever you want to call famous now. So it's great, but being famous amongst famous people was much better because no one knew who you were except for like the elite people.
Yeah.
And it was great. I enjoyed that time.
That's
So
wicked,
football
man.
player. Position?
Centre off.
Okay.
Centre
Do you know
half.
what centre off is?
Isn't that centre mid? That's like a very hard position, no? Centre mid.
Centre
Yeah,
back.
that's
centre
like
half.
that position though is you need to.
What's that?
What's
Jeremy?
this?
What's this?
Were you playing
What, in the house?
5-3-7-1? What are you doing, bro?
All right, no, go ahead. No, Dakar. If this, all right, I'll do this. If this is the pitch, you're here. In the centre.
In the
Well
centre.
done.
Yeah, but-
Brother,
yeah.
I'll tell you what.
My friend Pani.
He's laughing over there.
I know what I was talking about. My friend Pani played centre, and when we were playing like an 11-a-side, I was like, "Yeah, I want to try it." And then I was like, "Fuck this!" There's so much, you know, and especially with fucking asthma. That's like that position.
That
gives
position.
You do the engine.
You do, yeah.
But I'd win everything in the back. So when I played like a centre back as well, you win everything in the air.
Was you always a big boy, bro?
Didn't even have to
I
jump.
was always quite tall. Look at my boys. So Andreas is now going to be back to be 18. He's 6'1". Nicholas is about to be 14.
He's so upset, bro.
I swear down. I think I don't know.
I remember
What
I think my
what
dad-
size shoe are you?
I think my dad had like anti-aging in his sperm or something.
What size shoe are you?
Bruv, he's a 8.
I'm size 11.
No, he's not.
I used to be a size
You
11.
Look like a clown
I used to be
if you
size
was
11, but then I
kid
kept
size.
losing my trainers.
Kid size. His size.
My kids are 12 and 13. Like 12 and 12
That's like
and
2
13.
of my shoes,
You're
bro.
an 8, bro. That's
Are you an
like-
8?
Oh, man,
Got a big dick. Promise.
oh,
Promise.
God,
When you drop the promise afterwards, we know you don't.
Yeah.
If you didn't say promise, they might have believed you.
It's thick.
like a Coke
Oh,
can.
Yanni, bruv. I know it's him now. We always talk about dicks and it's him that brings it up,
It's
bruv.
not.
Stop.
It wasn't me
Anyway,
last
go
time.
over that.
Do you see
Forget
this?
about that one.
That's branding.
See you next Tuesday.
No, but look, is the Northern Territory is their actual official of Australia.
You
It's
cannot
amazing.
be
See
trying
you
to
in
tell
19.
him about branding, bro.
No, but that's a good branding.
That's great.
Because
I-
that's their main work. Can't?
One thing, so I'll be honest, one thing I'm not jealous of you, but I rate you and I'm envious is that you go to Australia and you perform out there.
You
I
never been
love
to
it.
Australia?
Mate, I have to go. I've never, and I've got.
I'm going November.
You must have family.
Unfortunate-
You must have
No, I've got no
family.
family. I'm fortunate. I've got an incredible fan base out there because obviously I can see
yeah.
it from like the analytics from YouTube and stuff like that. And I know there's a load of Greeks out there. And so many people DM me, you've got to come to Australia, you've got to come to Australia. And I need to go. I have to
if
go.
you went-
live in the outback.
If
bro.
you went to
go.
Australia, what would you like to do? Would you like road like because there's I done
No, this
Sydney-
geezer's nuts.
No, 1
this
minute.
geezer is nuts, bro.
No.
Nuts. And,
I
there's
done
no way.
Sydney to Adelaide, 16 hours, and I stayed in the middle. But them roads for like supercars, I don't think is the best because obviously when dusk comes, kangaroos come out, and one jumped in front of me. They all go, what are they called? Bull bars or something.
Yeah.
And they all go souped up. So if they hit one, even if they hit one with them, your
ping
car.
off.
Nah, the car's fucked still.
Not
there's
a ball bar. You got a ball bar in the front.
Yeah.
You ping a kangaroo down the road, mate.
Yeah, these kangaroos could. There's like red
I don't know, I've seen
kangaroos.
that
They're like
video, that geezer
7.
fighting one. I don't think
There's
Red
kangaroos.
Red
I think they're red.
kangaroos, why do you-
I don't know.
So they're obviously not red.
All right.
Oh,
Because if you do
listen,
that,
listen,
you know what that means, yeah?
All right.
Do you know what that means?
One minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Red kangaroos. But they're like meant to be like 7 foot.
I'll be honest, everyone to you 7 foot.
I love it so much.
But that's what I mean. What would you like to do? Because I was gonna drive around the northern territory, but they said don't do that.
Yeah.
Because obviously petrol, there might
There
not
is
be
nothing.
there might be nothing for like 1,000 kilometers.
It's not about that I want to drive around. It's not car related. I just want to go and see the
I'm there
country and
November
see
to
what it's about.
February. Ella.
Yeah, you go for because obviously it's so far away. You got to go
Yeah.
for a long period of time. You get a lot of love out there, don't you?
I love it.
Is that
Because-
where you? Would you say that's where you're most famous?
I think yeah.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, listen, I've met the Queen and that. You know what I mean? But like, we'll be out eating sandwiches and I'm topless, and then like it's quite an obvious sign. And the Cypriots were, oh, that's so lucky. And they go to me, they're better enough, go photograph, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And I love it for him. I love it for him. And I'm like,
No, but
yeah.
then I
And
always
he goes, that's Stavro. Yeah, shut up.
No. But the thing is, I look the way I look when I've always done stuff where you was a little kid, and
Yeah.
once you show them, then they're like, man,
Was
do
that
that.
you? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
He was
If I
so much
shave-
cuter then, wasn't he?
Yeah,
If I
man.
shave, I look the same. I promise you. Yeah, I've kept this. I'm waiting until I'm like 45, and then I'm gonna shave 25. That's
And then
what's
you go
gonna- Yeah, that's it. Just instant.
Knock 20 years off.
Yeah, straight away.
If you go though, Melbourne for sure.
Yeah. I
Melbourne's
want to
a-
do a lot of places. I want to go out there and just check it out. But
I
You'd
reckon
love
you've
it.
got family there that you didn't know about.
I've got
'Cause
family
every Greek or
Greek
Cypriot
stuff.
has someone. Yeah, you're my auntie's cousin's nephew.
I'm doing a show in Perth, and a woman goes, "I'm coming to your show. I'm going to tell your auntie," and I was like, "Auntie."
Yeah, like-
Yeah, and then supposedly I was like, "Well, tell them to come and buy a ticket."
I went to his show. I went to his show in Wood Green. You were good,
and you had
man.
to get up and
I had to-
I remember.
daughter-
Yeah,
so I was there. I saw the first part of the show, and then I got a phone call to say that my daughter, they've called the ambulance because my daughter couldn't breathe. So I literally had to leave the show halfway through. And I was gutted. Obviously, I had to go rush for my daughter. So I went and done that. And what did I do? I rang him. I said, bro, please send me the second half of the show so I can watch it. So I was there with my son and one of my friends of mine. And I was enjoying it so much, but obviously I had to leave.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know how many? Rumors circulate before, like, you find out what happens? Someone stole his car. Someone there.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, straight when I was like, oh, he had to run. Someone was stealing his car because like we're in Wood Green as well. And, like,
Is that what they
yeah,
said?
a lot of people was
This
like,
is-
and then,
this is
and then I was
why-
like, no, there's
Do you-
family.
See, but this is why. Another reason, like, obviously, I moved out here a while ago now.
Yeah.
This is another reason why the Chinese whispers in London is mental, bruv. Mental. And obviously, you're in the public eye a lot, so you must see a lot of that stuff with the little, something gets misconstrued straight away, and then all of a sudden it's come back, and you're like, that is not what happened. Like,
Yeah, I'm quite fortunate. I'm quite careful. But when people do talk and they're talking about me, I'm like, tell me more. I want to hear more about this story because obviously I don't know about it. But listen, us Greeks, listen, I'm proud and I love to be Greek, but in so many ways we're shit at when it comes to we don't big each other up. We don't want to help each other.
100%.
If someone's doing well, we want to push them down. And if someone we know they're about to go, we're going to step on the head and get rid of them.
100%.
I want to bring everyone up, especially our community and us Greeks. And it's so difficult because I'm like, why has everyone got... Listen, I'm in North London, Enfield, Yiannimize in Enfield, yeah? Ask how many Greek customers I have. And there's a lot of Greeks with dough. Very few. No one comes to me. And I'll see a wrapped car and I'll be like...
is that because they
Mate,
don't want to give you their money?
They don't want to come to me. They don't want to come to me. They have this
Well, they
perception
went
of
on
me.
the Greek discount.
Yeah, but they just have this perception. I'm just like, why would you not
But
come
then
and
if you
support
look,
your
that's
people?
what, I'm glad you said that, because if you look at, like, go East London,
Yeah.
it's and even like in
East, South.
all them places, like even in the a lot of the communities, you see kids walking around at 10 o'clock at night, just two kids walking down the road, because their parents know people around in the shops and this and that, they've got them. Cypriots don't really look
But
after
it's
each
North
other.
London Greeks. Listen, you're North London like me, and I'm West London originally.
yeah.
But the North London Greeks have got a bad. The North London Greeks have got a bad name where they just don't want to help people. Some of them have come because obviously North London you had money,
Yeah.
so a lot of those kids they grew up with dough, and they just didn't have the respect. They didn't want to help people. And it's like, well, I'm the rich one. I'm the rich. I drive the best car. I drive the flashiest car.
See,
And it's
this
like,
is why people said to me, why did you move to Buffalo? Why didn't you go Larnaca? I'm like, because I'm going to go back to where I, like in summer, it's North London. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
no, I
literally
think it's
North
more
London.
Limassol now. Do you think Larnaca? I don't. Besides
Larnaca
from Finnegal
is.
and stuff. But shall I tell you something? Here's an exclusive, and I'm shooting content. So
Oh.
Gus, I'll give you an exclusive. Yeah. So Gus, who works for me, is flying out tomorrow for 3 days. We're shooting content. I'm looking to move out here.
Shut
Come
up.
on.
I'm looking to
I
come
was
with
going
a
to
plan.
ask, I said to him, I was going to ask you, after that question, was there an inkling? Because a lot of people have said, I'm going back to the motherland now. I'm
Yeah.
going back to like
Yeah.
where, is it in your head? Obviously, I don't think you'd do full time though.
No, I can't do. I couldn't do full. Listen, I love Cyprus.
It's nice to
it's a
get
little
away.
bit slow for me here.
Yeah, yeah,
So which is nice, but I'm
But then
100
you
miles.
know,
I'm always
if you
busy.
work at this 100-mile-an-hour, what I realize is it doesn't work. Like you come here trying to push people, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you realize you're stressing
But
yourself.
at the
out.
same time, at the same time, it's like it's nice to take it back. Cyprus to be your relaxing place.
Yeah.
Like so, if I go Australia 2 months, I always feel good when I come back to. This is the place where I'm calm.
Where was
it's
you?
just-
Just like not to
Yeah,
get
what
too,
town?
not to get too, people
Limassol
showing up
for
at your
sure.
yard and that. But which area do you like?
Yeah, and
Not Limassol.
no,
Do you know
Like, no.
why? Limassol
It's too busy for me.
Limassol's London. It's
Yeah.
too hype, and Cyprus is so small.
Yeah.
Like,
You
it
could
took
be
me-
here in half an hour.
Yeah, it would be Larnaca, and the reason it'd be Larnaca is Panny's in Larnaca.
Yeah.
And
Big up
Larnaca,
Pan.
big up Pan, shout out Pan, and Larnaca is. It's
Homey.
going to be a monster
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the next few
serious.
years. Listen, granted, the hotels are not great now, okay, but in years to come,
Thing is, the Larnaca's so open. When you drive around, someone died.
would you break?
So
Hoppa! That's it. Was that a plate? I know you're Greek and stuff, but bloody hell.
yeah, just throwing plates from it. When you drive through Larnaca, it's so flat and so open. There's so much space. I ring him and I'm like, "Oh, where you going?" He gets in his car. I'm just going the other side of Larnaca. We're talking, and he's like, he gets out of his car, bro. What? He's like, "Yeah, I'm here." I'm like, "What are you talking
Yeah, that's what I
about, bro?"
love.
Like,
But I like it that it's homey. There's not too many tourists like everywhere else.
It's going to
And-
become a lot
yeah.
more now. Now they're building all these hotels.
are you
and stuff.
buying? Are you looking for land, or are you looking?
So I've already seen some stuff online. So I saw something which was around about €1 million, and what I love is that.
Peanuts.
And I'm not saying that. I don't say
No,
that
no,
flippantly,
no, but
what I mean is €1 million
was peanuts.
or £1 million
Yeah.
or whatever, £800,000. Then in the UK, you ain't getting nothing.
Nothing. You're getting a
Mate,
two-bedroom townhouse.
you know my house, in
yeah.
London. So I've got a lovely house in London. But if you look at what I can get here for €1 million,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
crazy.
like, wow,
It's crazy.
This is
You can buy
amazing.
Larnaca.
That
You could buy half a Larnaca and you're good, bro.
But even saying that, like if you go a little bit further out, like towards the Gaya or
Yeah.
Bila there, you
Pila,
can buy it.
Pila is where you can get that. That's
Yeah,
that's what I
especially-
like.
That's
And
going to be up. That
And the
used to
good
be
thing for you
no
is
one used to be
obviously
there.
you're so like Larnaca. You got the airport. If you need to fly back, you can fly back.
Yeah.
Like, of course, man.
you're 4 and a bit hours from the UK, but what's the biggest thing? You're 2 and a bit hours from Dubai,
Yeah.
and I do a lot of stuff.
You, because obviously before there was a big thing about you and Dubai. It was sort of connected. Even
Yeah.
when I was just
Yeah.
after I started working for you. Is that a go ahead?
I get offered it all the time.
I was going to
get
say
offered
you
it
must
all
be.
the time.
Your DMs must be nuts
Yeah.
from Sheikh this.
It's trying to
and
find the
Sheikh
right
that.
partner, though. It's trying to find the right partner because my brand, I've kept my brand so protected that because it's my name as well. If you mess up your brand, like my mum always taught me, never ruin your name. Your name is what you're made from. So don't owe no one any money. Don't knock no one. Don't do any crazy things. Yeah, people may not like you, but no one can ever say Yan's not me or Yan hasn't paid me or Yan's done.
Yeah.
And if you keep your name, then you're good. So I can ring anyone I want and ask for any favour or ask, even if I need to borrow money as an example.
Yeah.
It's Yan, it's fine. He's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
He's good for it.
And that you can't buy that nowadays.
100%.
And that's important.
But so Dubai's on the back burner.
No, I wouldn't go Dubai. No, I'd never go Dubai.
No?
I think Dubai, I love Dubai, but it's not what it used to be years ago.
I have a question. I don't think you've been asked this. You have 10,000 euros or pounds. You
Let's
have to
do
buy
euro.
it.
Let's do £10. £10.
You have to
£10
buy
or £10,000?
£10,000, sorry.
Yeah, but in England you can get good stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
do
You have to
10,000
buy
euros
a second-hand car.
Yeah.
What would you buy?
In Cyprus or in London?
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Oh, I don't know out here. I don't know.
No, let's
I
say
don't know what you-
England.
I don't know
Let's
what you
say
can get for
England.
10,000
Let's
euros
say
out
England.
here.
England.
10,000 euro, a 1902.
A donkey.
Yeah.
A
Right,
cart on the back and-
a Toyota Yaris 2000. They'll be like, it was voted the best car. You know what I mean?
2000.
It's second hand. What did you say? And like you say?
It's not second
Car
hand.
with experience.
You can't experience. See, I watch his statement.
He watches, he's a fan.
Honestly, some of his stuff I'll watch and I'll send him a DM. I'm like, Bro, that is hilarious. I have to throw it on my story. I have to put it as like a reel on my own page because I'm just like, it's so funny. Oh, it's incredible.
Let's do
England,
London.
you know,
let's
yeah.
do in England.
At 10 grand,
Something nice, something that you
golf.
feel nice
I
in.
think a golf. I think a golf is probably golf, Audi, some of those lines.
love
I
a
think
golf.
it's
You said
quite
that.
good.
I love a
You
golf.
said
Golf's the
that.
best car.
And 10 grand, the car's going to do well. It can do 100,000 miles, no problem at all. Don't really break down. Anything German, I think you're good. You're safe
Anything
with.
German.
What was your first car?
Ford Fiesta 1.1L B-Reg in
you,
blue.
Tell him about you had a bad boy. Was it the Renault 5 or was it?
I had a Renault 1916 valve that I wrote off. I got banned for dangerous driving. Crashed
Very
in
hard.
Southgate. In Southgate.
It's very hard not to write them.
Jumped over an island, crashed into 2 cars, broke a guy's arm. Yeah, and then the police were on the roundabout by Southgate and they saw me do everything, so I got banned for 12
And you
months.
was like, it wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Like,
They were like, we were just here.
Yeah.
That is unlucky. They were just standing there.
Let's do a breakdown. So your first car was the Ford Fiesta.
Ford Fiesta,
Then we went to
BMW 318.
convertible.
No, normal.
Ah.
Oh, no, sorry. Ford Fiesta, Renault 1916. No, Ford Fiesta, BMW 318, Renault 1916 valve. Then it just went BMW for ages.
Gibraltar.
Yeah, that's it. Then it went Range Rover, Mercedes, BMW. And then after those, it went Ferrari, Lamborghini. The problem is when you do it at a young age, you've got nothing to aspire to.
Next
But when
year, it's going to be like spaceship.
Yeah, SpaceX. I've got a 2-part question going to that. What was your first car that you was like, do you know what? I've done well. Like I've worked hard
your
and
treat.
this is my I've done well, and you was like, yeah, like driving down the road, listening to a bit of R&B, glasses on, like, yeah.
Lean to the side.
yeah.
Ferrari 360 Spider, black with cream leather, custom wheels. That was like
He's just painted a picture of like the
that was crazy. But my pinch me moment where it's like I'm winning now was my Gallardo. My Gallardo I had a Gallardo Spider,
that the
Lamborghini
white
Gallardo,
one?
yeah, or Gallardo, depending on how you want to say it. In
The other way was better.
gay. I don't.
White on white 2006 Spider.
Is that the one that you had
ultimate.
in your office in Enfield?
No, but it was a Countach. So in my dream was always to have a Lamborghini Countach in front of the San Francisco Bridge.
Is that the one where in Wolf of Wall Street when he falls out the car?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, shit.
Correct. But yeah.
See, you've done that picture, innit?
Yeah, I've done that picture. Yeah,
He's done that picture.
If we can find that, we'll put it up.
Yeah,
I'll find it too. Yeah, so the Gallardo was the...
That was when you like, you know what? I've done, like, this is
Yeah.
me now. Like, I've done it. Like,
Yeah, I was 20... Was I 30? I might have been 30. I can't remember when it was, but it
kids,
was...
this was before the insurance was
That's it.
7,000
But
euros.
I've got a picture. I've got a picture. You'll be able to... I'll give you this picture, yeah? But this picture here, it's done the most likes ever. So it's before and after, yeah? So it's my Gallardo and my Range Rover in 2007, and then now my Revuelto and my Urus. And they're both white on white with white wheels.
Yeah, I remember this.
So that is like, that's done like 517,000.
As that was so
likes.
was this breaking point? Like, I've made it now, and then this is like now.
Yeah, 2007, I was like, yeah, and I painted. It was before the rap day, so I painted my Range Rover.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously I've done the Urus and the Revuelto, and everyone's like, that picture is like, and everyone's like, you had money from day. And I'm like, no,
Bro,
but
I
it
was grinding from day. That's what that was.
No, hustling from.
Let me give you the second part now. I've got a lot of friends who do well, and they live in Dubai. And my mate just bought a Lamborghini Urus, Mansouri, and he said he's driving down the road, and his was a 22 plate, and then the 24 plate pulled up next to him, and he was like, "Fuck." So like, do you feel? Where do you go now? Like he said, is it spaceship, or like, do you drive and say, have you got to the point where you're like, I like that, like, or are you happy with what you?
I
got
can
now?
add into that. Money's no object. 3-car garage. Which ones?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what if a car pulled up to you now and you was like, "Fuck, that's nice." Like,
Okay, so with regards to your question, so I've got a Lamborghini Revuelto, which had just come out. So that was 558,000. That's the most expensive car I've ever bought. And that was like, wow, that's a lot of money to spend on a car. Plus I've got the Urus Perf, which is 330 grand. So it's like £1 million in 2 cars. And it's a bit like that's a lot of money to spend on cars. And you got to find that balance as well, because some people be like, well, it's cost of living crisis and you're spending £1 million on cars. to me, it's all relative.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you kind of need it for your image.
Exactly. I
even
love
in-
cars.
A
And that's
rapper's
not,
got chains.
yeah, exactly.
You've got a
I'm
Lamborghini
not coming dripped
Yeah,
out wearing a
yeah,
big
yeah.
gold watch and this, that, and the other. Because that's a bit.
You came branding.
Brand. I come in my shorts and my t-shirt and
No, but this is
you're
Kypri.
wearing
Yeah,
Yeezys.
this is Kypri,
You're
bro.
wearing New Balance or something.
Dick. Yeah.
Yeezys. Wait a minute.
Nike.
Wait, can't
Are they not Yeezys?
These are the fizzies. No,
Are they
These are
Yeezys? They're real Yeezys, yeah?
It's Nike.
What are you wearing?
Nike.
Oh, I like the little bubble at the back. Does that give you like
That
a little bit of a boost?
gives him the height, bro.
You know what it is? That's why you're scared of heights, because if you were 6 foot, you'd be like shitting yourself, wouldn't you?
I'm scared just looking up at
Are
you.
you 5'4"?
Where's
Him
my
and Kevin
laptop?
Hart share one
no,
thing. It's not the
I'm
comedy.
taller.
It's not the comedy. And it's
I'm
not,
taller
it's-
than Kevin Hart, and I've googled that.
Oh, you've got it.
Yes.
I'm surprised you ain't got it
I
timed
am
on you, bro.
I'm 166 centimeters.
What the? You're just making
What
up
is
numbers.
that?
What's that pie? What you're just making
It's
up numbers,
66, but I want to say
bro.
7.
I think
What is 166 centimeters in
feet.
feet? 5'4.5.
No, I'm taller than that. I'm taller than that.
5'4.5.
You're 5'4".
No, I'm not.
What do you mean?
I'm
not? There you go.
5'7".
No, you're not
You're
5'7". He's not
5'7".
5'7".
5'7".
I'm 5'7" and a bit.
Okay.
He's like 5'6" and a bit.
And what's he?
Sandor, there is no,
Two.
there
Is
is
he
no,
5 foot?
there's no. We don't do it because it would be unfair.
Okay.
So
Below 5 foot is dwarfism.
we say no 4'11", isn't it?
I'm just.
Is that what it is?
4'11".
Okay.
Santo, you're over 4'11", isn't it?
Yes.
You're over 4'11".
Just, yeah.
Yeah, he's alright. He's just,
Yeah, he said it. Yeah, cool.
He's like, yeah.
He's just like,
Cool.
yes.
I mean, yeah, it's alright.
All right.
Go on.
Money's no object. Free car
Free
garage.
cars.
I saw one of the Carwow drag races where he had like a 3.5 million.
Bro, can I wait?
dollar or
Just
euro
one
pound.
sec. How'd you get rinsed in a Hyundai, bruv?
I didn't get rinsed.
What happened? He was in an electric.
Are you talking about the Yaris or the Hyundai?
Was it the Yaris? And
The GL Yaris was raced up. The Honda, I think I beat. What was I in? The Aventador SV.
was that the electric one? Because if it's electric, I'll give in because that's ridiculous. Like they're just
I do
stupid.
so many races on
I
car,
know
but I
you
can't
do
even
so
remember.
many,
I
bro.
got beat by an SF90 though, which is disappointing. My Revuelto. I beat a 296, but
My
a lot of
Vitara
people
will
know
give
that.
you a race for your
His
money.
Vitara, when it goes up a hill, it coughs.
When I was 17, I came to Cyprus and my Bapu was head of like chief of police, and you weren't allowed to drive at 17, like your thing. And
Yeah, and he was like, "Call my bapu."
Mate, and I had a Vitara convertible, and to me that was the best car in the world. The
Yeah.
Vitara convertible back in the day, even in London,
yeah,
we
yeah.
had the bigger arches and stuff like that. That to me was the ultimate car that I wanted. When
It
I
goes
was a kid.
everywhere as well.
It was a great car. I love Vitara.
Give us
Three
your,
cars.
give us
Three
your
cars.
free car garage.
Lamborghini Urus for sure. Performante. That is to me. That's the. If I could only drive one car for the rest of my life, it'd be a Lamborghini
Is that
Urus.
because it's good for family, good for you?
Everything,
good-
speed, power, looks, comfort.
You can put a
that
truck
has
car seat
everything.
in the back,
Yeah,
everything.
that is everything. I think you got to go with a bug, so you probably go with a Chiron, Bugatti Chiron, and then I don't know. So the Chiron's like the ultimate crazy car.
I know what car you'd put in there.
Go on.
Do you remember you had that picture of the E30 M3? You remember
Oh, I
the?
loved my E30.
You got to bang that in there,
325i Motorsport, bubble interior with the
Did you
hard
sell
top
it?
as a convertible. Yeah,
Yeah, because I had a question. Is there a car you sold that you wish you never did?
my SLR. Mercedes SLR.
You sold
I had.
that?
Yeah, I had an SLR and an SLS. Yeah, but I made big dough on both those
Yeah,
cars.
I know, but that was sad, bro. I used to sit there eating lunch, looking at the wheels on this thing, going, because you know the wheels. You told me that they're designed so they suck air in.
Turbine.
Bro, I'm sat there looking at this thing. This is just amazing, bro.
So it was a work of art. And even to this day, it's still a work of art. Even though it's old now, it's still a work of art. But that was,
So your free cars are the
I think
Urus?
Chiron. We'll throw the E30 in there
Got you.
and the Urus. I think those three cars
That's a
would
nice
be quite
free car
cool.
garage because on the Sunday you just take the E30 and everyone's like, yeah,
Cruise.
that's-
And on the
E30
weekday, you
convertible.
just take the Vitara.
Yeah,
What car? The McLaren.
Vitara.
Vitara.
No, that's the Vitara is outside the
Yeah.
garage when his son's like, Dad, I need to borrow a car.
How's your frappes going? Are they good? Are you still making them?
Oh, yeah. Need to charge a bit more.
You
to...
love a frappe, don't you? My God.
That's what Fredo now. When you order the frappe, English Cypriots when they come over, they always frappe, and a lot of them drink Fredo. Do you not have Fredo?
That's another thing.
Freddo's, isn't it the can?
No, like Fredo Espresso is
Espresso
like,
is like
just
the
water
espresso.
and coffee and zzz.
It's
Oh, okay,
espresso.
just a quick.
Yeah.
It's espresso. No, but with like that, that's in the.
That,
that's
would you going from that, yeah? Obviously you've got your clothing and you've got your Madin now as well.
Yeah.
Where's our Madin, bro?
Where's your Muddy? So I got a clothing line called Muddy. So it's like the Evil Eye. So we have tops, we have kids. It's cool. We'll throw it on the screen.
Yeah.
It's really cool. That's a cool brand, and people love that brand.
We'll put it in the description as well, like the link to the shop.
I didn't even know it was yours because it pops up on my Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
No,
When you showed me, I was like, "That's yours."
Yeah.
Like, and I think you haven't really pushed it too much connected
No,
to the.
because what we done, we had the first shipment come in of clothes, and we sold loads and loads and loads. And I was like, I've got to be careful how I promote this because we're going to run out of stock.
Yeah.
So we just filtered it out there slowly. When the new batch comes in,
Then
we'll
it's
promote it
full
again.
on-
But we've got hoodies where it just says Muddy here, and it's got like a little evil eye on the bottom lower, and then you've got with the big hoodie where you've got all the evil eyes around the hood. People in
People are going to be walking around floating.
I really like minimal. So I would like the
you'd like the subtle with the little eye and things like that. Yeah, exactly.
I'd like that, yeah.
But it is cool. It's a really nice brand. People can relate to it. People do believe in it. Some people don't. But it's.
Bro,
But it's. I've got one. I don't know which arm.
You got so many tattoos now. It's in there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We like tattoos.
Would you? I haven't got. Would you go to food industry? Because obviously you've got the sidemen with their sides.
Yeah.
You've got a few people going into the food or the drinks industry. I'm sure you must have been. Someone's definitely come up to you and been like, "Bro, I've got this drink here."
So I've been offered the alcohol drinks. I've been offered the energy drinks, which I won't do the alcohol side. I'm not obviously. I'll drink, but I drink.
You've never been a drinker.
I drink
like
once
that,
or twice a year. Because you know why? Because I always like to have my car outside, so I always want to drive. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I've never been that guy. Do you remember? Like, I've always been.
Bro.
And
we've been in clubs. He's been there with cranberry juice or like a little orange juice.
Even when
or
I saw
something.
you breeze, it was just Nero.
yeah, I don't drink. And people be like, oh, he's on the cocaine, he's on this. And I'm like, mate, I'm the most against person ever. And when people would say to other people, they're like, Yan, definitely not. You could say about other people, but if you're saying about Yan, listen, I can stand on for him. But it's never been. That's not my thing.
Yeah,
I'm quite confident. I'm quite loud.
But you've got that.
I don't
You've
need
got that anyway.
I've got
where
the
it's like the
energy.
same thing with me and him, where we don't need to go get drunk because I think a lot of people do it to get the personality. Yeah, we just walk in a room like, "What are you saying, bro? You're right."
Exactly.
Like, that's how
they drink and then they become sort of laggy.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand my point? That's what it is.
100%.
You as a normal person, but then sort of like comes out and it becomes that.
Sometimes
that character persona.
Sometimes 100%. I don't. I have a drink now and again, but I never get drunk. So lately, I've just been sort of contemplating in my head, like, why do I drink if I'm not getting drunk and I'm already this person that?
Yeah, that's
it.
But I don't even like the taste. So for me, shall I make you laugh? Yeah. So I like everything sweet. I'm a sweet person. So for me, if I'm going to have a drink, do you know what I have? Malibu.
Malibu.
Because it's coconut.
A little bit
because it's coconut. So it's not the alcohol. I don't like beer. I don't like champagne. I'm not a pro. So Malibu, or I might have like a what's the other sweet one? Like a Bailey's sweet.
Yeah.
Anything
rum?
that's sweet. No. I don't like alcohol. So
I was
once
drinking
or twice a year.
I have gin and tonic, and at one point I'm like, I can only taste tonic. I might as well just be drinking tonic.
Yeah.
You know, I do, and I'm sort of going to stay away from the spirits. That's what I want. But I like beer, but on a hot day on the beach with barres. I like a beer. You know,
when I see it has like the cure and things like that. When I see people like, I need to have a cold beer, I'm like, oh wow.
It looks nice, isn't it?
You see
the glass and it's all
when it's cold.
Oh, and I'm just
But then I drink it up.
I can't do it.
They need to. Someone needs to sort out their game, sponsors and branding and working with people. Yeah, well, they're slacking.
They're slacking.
You need to speak to Yianni, the king of branding. So you obviously the alcohol, the energy drinks, that comes to you.
The food, yes. So Daniel Asheville. You know
Daniel
Asheville.
Asheville,
Daniel's my boy.
The one that helped you do the house as well.
Yeah, he done my house.
I love that whole series.
I've done millions and millions and millions of views.
Because
Do you know what that reminded me? Like a modern version of the guys in the jungle building mud huts. You know, like when you just put on and you put it on the background when you're watching them build the things. Yeah. That's like what that was. It's like it's nice, man.
And there's another example. Daniel didn't really have social media. Didn't want to be on social media.
Was that from you? That come from
and I'm like, you got to get on social media. So I kept pushing him and pushing him.
You went to
and
where
then he went YouTube, and then I went really ham to push him. And mate, he got a TV show. He's got the same management. So we're both signed to Insanity. So he's got the same management. And if you look at him, let's be straight. Daniel's my boy. He's my brother. Mate, he's 6'5". He's light skinned. He looks like some.
He takes pictures like this.
He's wedged. He's just. Bro,
But I remember you used to go.
It's just good for that,
He
innit,
just
like?
the way he looks, but his personality and the way he is an individual, he's a great guy.
It was construction, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Because I
construction.
remember you went to like the yard,
Yeah,
and you was
correct.
doing all of it, and he was really pushing it. It was
That's
really
it.
good.
And he has all the lorries, so he's aggregates and he does skips and he does everything. And he's just put a new yard. He's in 5 years' time, he's going to be a monster.
How does that go to the food then?
So me and him
Yeah.
were like, let's do something together.
Are we
So,
talking
in the
restaurant
food
or are we
industry-
talking like?
So it was me, him, and a guy called Fowler, who's a friend that he grew up with. He's a real cool guy. He's a fireman, actually, Fowler.
Okay.
And we were like, you know what, let's set up a business. We couldn't work out what industry to go. The obvious name is Yianni Wraps.
I wouldn't be able to say that.
That's it.
How can you have that on the
Yianni
back
Wraps.
burner and you
Yeah,
can't? Have you
So
TM'd that? Have you put a
it's
little
my name. I
Did you
can
buy
get
the
it.
domain name?
Nah, I don't care. It's fine. It's not for people. to get it.
Yanni Wraps, bruv.
That's
Yianni
it.
Wraps.
Forget sides. That's way better than sides.
That's
bruv.
it.
It's the obvious one,
Just,
but then
and you know what it is? What does that? You don't even have to ask what it does because you know that's
it doesn't,
great.
doesn't
bruv.
say on the tin.
When you
so
want someone to build, if it's in Cyprus and you want someone to build the kitchen, we have my friend Stephen
He
in
knows,
London.
You must
You
know
Stephen.
Stephen.
Oh,
He
right.
built sheesh and all that. You must
Oh,
know.
did he?
Yeah,
Stephen,
you
you
must
must
know
okay,
Stephen.
fine. So
Yanni Wraps, bro.
Yianni
Where would
Wraps,
you
so
open? England or?
So we were looking obviously to do it in the UK. And
Is
we
this like
couldn't
a
work
box
out-
park thing? Or like,
we hadn't worked out how we were going to do it, whether it was going to be like a restaurant-y style. But the thing is, with a restaurant, mate, listen, you know when your dad has to tag you.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
We'll get
it's
into-
good.
remind me,
we'll get
we'll get
to
into
talk about
that.
his tag. I've got some stories about that and his dad. Oh my god,
Sometimes it's-
before he was born. But yeah, I'd like to go into that, but we couldn't work out. Do you want to do a burger? Do we want to do a wrap?
Because Mr.
Do we
Beast obviously
do
does that
wings?
thing where it's ghost kitchens and they use other kitchens.
A lot of
and,
people
like,
do that nowadays
Right,
because
okay.
obviously it's easy because that way then you can get different locations. So you can have your base in North London,
Yeah.
but then you can hit South London, West London, East London, whatever you can hit.
I could imagine
smaller
you
towns.
just, you know, when you get a wrap, I could just imagine you like just doing the heat and just stamping Yianni Wraps onto
Yanni
it.
Wraps on it, bro.
There's loads. So we've got loads of things
Brand
in the
every-
pipeline.
brand everything, even
just,
the wrap.
TM,
Wow.
like,
So we've got,
I
we've got
had,
loads of things gone.
Because I wanted to go a little bit back. Did he notice,
Who?
Daniel,
Oh, okay.
the benefits of social media in his business once you started doing social?
It's a bit different
'Cause it's construction.
Because it's construction, but on the back of my house, he's now doing a big A-lister's house.
This is the thing
So
again.
you are like
I can't
connection.
say
Now
who
you're
it
doing,
is.
you're doing for him what Bakary
did to
done
me
for you.
exactly.
Right.
So I'll tell you off camera. So I'll give you a house,
Sick.
okay? But obviously we can't show
Is
that. But it's a monster job, and
Can we beep that?
he came. Yeah, just beep it. Yeah,
Okay,
but as long
nice.
as you just make my lips,
Yeah,
it doesn't say.
we'll blow
Yeah.
your face. We'll put Peter's.
No, we're going to
Savlagi's,
put
like-
Project
we're gonna put-
357.
No,
Pro-
that's it.
Project 357.
Or Savlagi's, one of the two.
That's
we
it. So
done
he's
it.
doing that person's house, and that person rang me and he's like, "Jan, I need to come see your house." I was like, "Come see my house." He comes see my house with his management and this,
yeah.
that, and the other. And he went around. He was like, "Your house is insane."
Did
my
he?
God.
Did he do inside, outside?
Daniel's done everything
Because
for my
you had a
house.
full.
So literally, we knocked down all the internal walls, and he done everything.
I'm surprised
literally.
you still got black hair. My dad went grey to shit when he
I've got a lot of white's coming through. Don't worry about me.
when he done that house. boy.
Question: when you called Daniel to tell him the news of that person,
I didn't call him. So when I said to him, he's coming to see my house, and I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to come to you, yeah. And then that was it. And then he got KSI.
Yeah,
You know, done KSI's game room as well, which obviously we can say because that's out on
Yeah,
content. But as I said, Daniel was my bro, and he's a good guy, and he's someone that I push and I help, and we've been there together. That's like
Yeah.
my bona fide. That is
Yeah.
my guy that will speak 100 times a day,
Yeah.
or we may not speak for a week because we're so busy.
But when you
know
speak
got-
to him, it's like you spoke to him yesterday.
yeah, and you got to have that friend that you can talk about anything to, and you can say anything that you wouldn't say on air, you wouldn't say on camera, and like real personal stuff. That you'd be like,
He showed me his
I'm
bum
going
hole.
through this. Yeah, we're not that level. We're not.
you know
we're not that sort of level. Yeah, we don't show each other's bum hole. We just.
Why did he have to go there?
Is he
He's got
coming out?
I didn't do it.
Is he-
Dickhead.
Do you pay for both teams?
1 minute. He showed me.
What do you identify
I didn't
as?
do nothing.
What do you
My
identify
child.
as?
What? A god. Look. Seriously, look at my Tinder.
Your Tinder? Are you on Tinder?
Yeah, watch. Watch.
Bruv.
Brand everything.
He's such a.
Watch.
Are you Savlagi on Tinder?
And do you know what the worst thing is? So Vlagis gets more hit ups than he does, bro. That's the
100%.
worst thing about it.
He gets lots of things. I like it's free marketing. I like everyone, and my plan is
You swipe everyone.
yeah, I swipe. My plan is to
make one date
I'm going to
with-
send them a nice message and to plan a speed date with Souvlakis. That'd be good, no?
No, it'd be really good.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my bio?
I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
My name is Souvlakis. I am a Cypriot god Don't
Is this how
believe.
they read it, by the way, as well, yeah?
No,
Yeah.
this is how Svlagis reads it, but
Don't
it's coming
believe
out,
me.
bro.
Type on the Google and you will see. All the ladies love me and my hairs. They cannot resist. I am pilot and fly the world all. I love romantic barbecue on the beach and woman with no hairs. If you want a Cypriot god, swipe me Moromo and Suvlagia is waiting for you. Filagia. P the S. Don't forgetting to bringing the lamoni.
Oh, he loves living, innit?
Yeah.
He loves living.
And
That's
I
great.
shit you not, he gets
People-
way more matches
I
than
bet.
Peter
Yeah,
does, bro.
some girl was like, hey, and I was like, when me, you Suvla. And she's like, on it. I'm like,
Now he's
put
messed
my-
up because he's actually got to go.
Now you got to turn up
I'll
with
go,
some
yeah,
but
yeah.
I put my face, nothing. Nothing. No one match. Suvla, blah, blah,
How did
blah,
we get?
blah.
We went to Bumhole now on Svlagis on tin.
Yeah.
It's me. I think the problem is me.
Here we go. Before,
I had, yeah.
Go on, what? Because what?
Would you ever do reality TV show? And obviously
You've been
offered.
offered 100%.
Yeah.
Would you do like celebrity? Get me out of here. Would you do Big Brother? I think Big Brother is a no. Celebrity would be quite
So,
fun though. I'd like to see you in
Again,
there.
I'll give you exclusives. I don't do podcasts. I don't do podcasts. Because I love you guys. That's why.
Is this an
I've done this
exclusive
one.
slap that not
I
say?
was.
Oh.
No. This is so. I was up to be in the jungle, and I got down to like the last 10 or something. No. And with jungle, they have so obviously you have your big A-list celebrities, and then you have your social media.
yeah.
And obviously, I would have been one of the social media guys. And I've done the interview and everything. And obviously, you find out exactly how it works when you fly out there. They take your phone off you, and then you don't have your phone for like 4 weeks window. And it's a week before you actually even go into the jungle, and then. It was mad. So I went for an audition for that, and I was so close. And my manager was like, they really, really liked you, but it just didn't suit right. It wasn't at the right time.
Yeah,
but
we got
was
asked for that.
crazy. It's
'cause you're Greek,
Something
innit?
happened where it was like, yeah, you can't do that.
Oh, really? You asked as well?
Around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was around that time with the.
I remember with the speedy.
Oh yeah, and they were like, maybe it's not the right time.
Oh my god, no way.
So you didn't get
I
for
remember
that
that.
reason.
But wasn't it a great strapline in the paper? Something like
Stavros.
that was it.
Stavros Flatgrow. And do you know what happened?
It was great.
Do you
I
know what
remember
happened?
it.
Do you know what happened?
Go on.
It was the day Sanchez left Arsenal.
Okay.
And we beat him for the headline.
Stavros Flatgrow.
That was a joke.
Tremendous.
I bet they
Anyway.
didn't want you to go in there because he's Greek in the Horafi. He's too used to
Are you
it.
classed as a minority or not? Are we classed as
we-
minorities or not really? There's a lot
Okay,
of
let me
us.
ask.
There's loads of us.
Do you say you're Greek Cypriot or do you say you're Cypriot?
I say I'm Greek Cypriot.
I say I'm Cypriot because of the Cyprus on the belly, and it might like.
Okay,
we're
so
Greek. But
I say I'm Greek Cypriot,
Yeah.
whereas do you know who Paul Hollywood is?
yes.
Yeah, so Paul, you know Paul Hollywood, Bake Off,
Okay, yeah.
and like he's Cypriot, and I said I'm Greek Cypriot. He's like, no, you're not. You're Cypriot. I was like, am I Cypriot or am I Greek Cypriot? I like throwing the Greek in there.
But your Yaz from Greece as well.
Well, no, my young was from Cyprus, but she married and then she lived in Thessaloniki for all her life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just like to be Greek Cypriot.
Listen, we're Greek Orthodox.
Yeah,
We speak Greek.
And what-
Our
we speak
national
Greek?
anthem is Greek.
Yeah.
exactly.
He gets
So,
so much shit online, man.
I do.
When he says,
Do you know when I used to do
you're not
Be a
be
Greek?
a Greek?
yeah.
The reason I done Be a Greek is because number one, I feel Greek Cypriot, and number two, there are more Greeks. If I do Be a Cypriot, I'm not gonna.
And what
Get
Cypriot are you? Because
Exactly.
I always get, are you North or you South? So I always get that as well.
If
so.
you say you're Cypriot, that means the follow-up question can be like, are you Muslim or Christian or Greek?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna say, I'm Greek Orthodox. So
Yeah.
Greek Cypriot.
Well, I got battered. Listen, yes, I live in the UK, but I got battered by, and you wanted to do a video on this, but someone beat you to it when I said my name. Do you remember when I said my name? So it was like, so I was doing an interview, yeah, and obviously I'm in England, so I'm not going to say, oh, Charalambous, this. So I was like, Yianni Charalambous. Charalambous?
Oh, yeah.
Mate,
yeah.
I got
They
battered.
kill you, innit?
Oh,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
listen, what am I supposed to say?
Yianni
Oh,
Charalambous.
Yianni Charalambous. They'll be like, what?
Yeah. What's a ch? Which
Yeah.
alphabet?
Yianni Charalambous.
How do you
Yeah, like-
spell that?
Hey, see, we get gunned a lot, man.
I got battered,
And it
and
goes
I
back to our
laughed.
community. They gun us, bruv. Like if we say
So
certain
Antigone
things.
calls herself Antigone.
Yeah.
Oh
to-
yeah, Antigone.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Antigone. Yeah, and I think I remember seeing it once on her Instagram. It's like Antigone, like it's obviously so you know how to say her name.
Yeah.
But
That was
I'm
the-
just like, I'm Panayotis.
You
I
know
like
this?
Panayotis. My papa was Panayotis. So I'm Panayotis. But then I was
He
called.
could have been. What,
Oh,
could-
my first name would have been Leandro.
Leandro.
It's
But
my
he
middle.
don't look
It's,
like
it's
a
my
Leandro.
middle
Don't
name.
look like Leandro.
No, but this is what pisses me off because I don't look like that. When they hear Leandro, they can be like, he's ethnic. Now,
Peter.
Peter. You know?
It's like
Oh,
Paul.
yeah, you are. Yeah, to be fair, you are.
He's a Peter.
He's
not,
dig-
not Pedro.
not Pedro.
He's a
Digging
Peter.
me.
Yeah, he's a Peter, yeah.
All right,
Is
so,
it Pidui?
He's trying to
So they go, Petri, Petragi.
Bedragi is
Honey.
Pidui.
Bedouin is because he's little.
Pidui. Yeah, exactly. Pidui. Little Pidui. You know, little Pidui from Lanaka.
Why did I invite? I'm getting ganged up on here.
Where are we going? I want to.
no,
Can we?
your
Because
restaurant.
we've kept Yianni for a long
No,
time.
yeah,
I'm
I've
here
got
with your
time.
family.
Let me see. It's fine, I've got time, man. It's fine.
Because my wife would be killing me if I took on holiday and left. So I understand.
That's
So
cool, don't worry.
I'm not going to interrupt.
let's get into the restaurant days, bro. Because
Since
not a lot
Daggy.
of people know you and Dad go way
Shout
back.
out Staggy, shout out them. Oh my God, my guy. I used to go to Staggy when it was in Oakwood, and it was like the place to go. It was the original.
Food was shit, but-
Mate, it wasn't Bouzoukia.
No.
It was cabaret. The food was the worst food on the planet.
He'll tell you. He'll tell you straight.
yeah,
But
that's
you didn't
it,
go for the food. You went there for the atmosphere. You went there for the cabaret. You went for the show, and that is OG Stavros Flatley.
Yeah, man.
When he done that performance,
They were
he put the
spitting
wig
on the
and
beer,
he-
isn't it? They were spitting beer on the flavor.
and not many people will know this story. So I was young,
Let's just. You
He would ring me.
He was
would,
young before,
I was
like-
young before that. He would ring me. He's like, "Yeah, and you got to come here." And he goes, "It's just all women." He goes, "It's all women." He goes, "I don't know what to do. There's no men here. Please come and bring some men because you'd have all the headlines there,
Yeah.
and you'd turn up be 10 girls, 20 girls, 10 girls, and I was walking up like." Oh my God! it was like
I want
Eros,
you.
early days. And I was like, oh my God, we turned up like 5-10 guys strong, and the girls would be like, thank God there's men turned up.
At that point, they want the men to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
in.
yeah.
All women, and obviously then the show would go on and the food would come and be whatever with the food, but the show, and I'd seen the show, honestly, I must have seen the show 100 times, and I would still laugh, and I'd still love it, and I'd go behind the scene, he'd be getting ready, and he'd do his thing, mate, and obviously you go into the restaurant, and then you had like the little hut there where obviously you talk to the people, and you had the table, and it was jammed in there, because it was big, but it was small.
Yeah.
And the dance floor was like this little
Tiny
square, and
little
he'd come
square,
out and he'd
wooden
run
square.
round but that's early days of cabaret. That's early days of the shows and stuff. And your dad was
Do you think
a leader.
if social media was around then, do you think, because we struggle, yeah? Because now I think a lot more people are going to watch this podcast from North London, because obviously Big Yan's here. Please, if you have videos,
Yes.
Of Shish Daggy
please,
days.
because this was these days.
I was going to say,
Like-
there weren't phones with cameras and stuff like that.
This
I
was
remember
I bet you love it
this
that
was
there
like,
weren't.
you know, cam day, like this was big video
I
day.
had a BMW at the time, and I used to always try and get my parking spot right out the front. And I'd say to this, and I'd move my car. So I'd pay it. So if I'd pull up and you couldn't park there, I'd wait. And I'd see someone moving. I'd quickly jump and park my car right at the front. It was just always wanted my car at the front of the venue. But that they were great times, and it was good people. It was good energy. It was good vibes. There was no madness going on, and your dad will tell you that those were the best times, and you're never going to get those times again.
Was you garage era?
Hardcore,
That
yeah,
was garage.
yeah. So I grew up with Luck and Neat. So Luck and Neat used to have pirate radio stations in
Yeah.
Edgware, and we'd have like the antennas on the roof, and then we'd be in there, and obviously there'd be MC and stuff like that, and we'd be like, it's all gone down. We're like, they found the thing. We'd have to move from there and go to a next location.
Climb up
and
on the
we'd
roof.
have like 10 different aerials and stuff to put them up all the time. But that's my generation.
Garage is the one.
Your generation, because obviously you know where I used to work, EN2T and
Yeah.
all them, man, the garage boys and that. There was no stupidness. Okay, there was a few fights and that, but
You'd
it
have
wasn't.
fights, but no one's getting stabbed. There's
Yeah.
no guns. There's no, and it was a tear up. And sometimes it'd be a one-on-one. Yeah, sometimes a lot of people would jump
yeah.
in, but
And
it wasn't. It was a tear up, and it was like, let's have a punch up.
Yeah. And a lot of the times it used to be like little battles and like in garage, like in music sort of thing.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Napa.
Heartless, pay as you go, and I go up against each other, things like that.
I love that one.
He's Napa.
In
Then.
But Napa was so different with garage. It was so everyone was just happy.
Was
and-
you a Napa boy when you was
Yeah,
younger?
yeah. I've done Napa
was
for
so
so many
good.
years, Like because we've done the Yiannimize Grand Tour, I called Luck and Neat. I said, come perform for me at the
way.
start.
That
And they were
must have been
cool.
nostalgia.
It was insane, and people were like, oh my God. And obviously, because I grew up with them, I've known them for forever. It was great memories.
I don't know truth or anything. Maybe you know. Do you remember? It's sort of like downhill when you started to hear that Mega Man stabbed Dizzy Rascal in Napa and all of that.
See, but then again, it's a shame because that went from garage to grime.
Yeah.
And then grime went into like the next generation. That's when I think
My
things
friend
started getting
said to
a bit
me the other
serious.
day, we were out at like this house party at Columbia Beach, and he was like, "Look here." his house, everyone's just on a vibe. Yeah, they might be on something, but they're just enjoying. When there's no hip hop or anything like that, there's never problems or
No,
fight.
but
And I
the
think
garage days, you was there, bruv. Like, I wish I was there. Do you know what I mean? I wish I was there. Did you ever drive down to Southend in your little Renault with the bass, with the sun
you do all of those. So you do the South End because you do the strip. You go up and down.
And do you remember
those
in
are the places
Napa,
you
we were
go.
saying back in the day, there'd be people just sleeping on the road.
Yeah, there
and the
was
guy might
nothing.
come in the morning, he's like, hey, been in there. Like, just
Yeah,
drink a bit
there
of
was.
water.
You
Like,
drive down the strip, you had the McDonald's, and you chuck the left coming up towards the square,
Ram.
and then you'd have to drive round.
'Cause you
Obviously,
couldn't-
I think it's a lot more blocked off now, but
Yeah,
you'll be able
yeah,
to drive around and get to like near the top and stuff, and then you try and park the cars.
do you remember the little, because even in Buffalo now, they've started locking roads off a lot more. Do you remember the drive through the strip when people, like, if you had a nicer Pajero, like, you know, you're driving,
what it
and you're like,
was.
oh, it's good.
That's what it was. It's like driving through Southgate High Street.
Yeah, man.
And that's what it was, or Knightsbridge now.
Yeah,
but
man.
Do you know why I think there was less fights? Because like house and garage, you dance alone. You know, you don't grime on you don't
grind on a girl
don't
anyway.
grind on
You know?
a girl's leg.
yeah, like a Jack Russell.
her ankle.
You're 10 millimeters taller than me.
The last word you said there?
Millimeters.
Taller. Thank you very
Taller.
much, bro.
Inch or a mile.
But it- oh.
Oops, must have inch or a mile. Don't
Like
matter,
it's
does
We're
it?
still in Cyprus, so
We're still-
the products are not 100%. But
I think,
let's think. What's next for Yianni?
yeah, what is next for
Yianni's or
Yiannimize?
Yianni's.
Yiannimize.
And you know your house over here?
Yeah.
You're gonna bring Daniel to maybe do a little.
And I think Japan's doing developments at the moment. We're going to go look at some developments tomorrow, and see if we're going to build something. If not, I might buy something that's done. I think I'll probably buy something that's done.
Yeah. You don't want to go old school with the wooden cabinets in the
Probably
kitchen.
not. I might get this though for the table
Yeah,
in the
you
kitchen.
gotta have
Though. This is
perfect.
obviously the old
You've
school.
got to have one of these,
That's
bro.
it.
100%.
Yeah, I think I'll probably buy something that's done and travel back and forth and just move around.
Nice, man.
But yeah, I definitely want to spend more time in Cyprus. I think there's a lot of money out here. I think if you're with the right people, I think you can really do some great stuff out here. And people always talk about the Russians and stuff like that, but the Greeks are out here.
I think it's gone past that point.
But that's
now,
what I'm
like-
trying to say now. It's not just about the Russians. And I said there's loads of places now that are up and coming. And I want to come out. I want to do some stuff out here. And I always get asked, yeah, let's work together. And luckily I've got a profile. I've got a presence. I'm known. So why would I not come to Cyprus
This is
and
what
do
we
some
said
stuff?
about only social media stars. If everything went down tomorrow, they're fucked.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You're sort of above
Doesn't-
that,
won't affect
like
me.
past that now. It doesn't
Won't
matter.
affect me. But you got to remember, I've done everything backwards, yeah? So I worked, set up businesses, made money, then social media came, and then I become famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm still around all these years later? Because I was a businessman. I'm an
You're
entrepreneur.
not just a meme, or you're not just like a
Yeah.
spike of
The
like.
great example is Towie. So the only way is Essex, for people that don't know. You had all those stars on there that had all their eyes, they had millions of eyes on them from the TV show. They didn't really make any money, but they had massive exposure. Yeah. They went and all opened restaurants or they opened shops and stuff like that. And then a year later,
and
they
then
all shut down.
slowly.
The only one
Why?
that was Joey.
Joey,
because he had a personality.
Yeah,
And-
but they all failed. Everything failed. Why? Because they didn't know anything about business. So they had a
Yeah.
bit of problem. Okay, then. So they opened the shop. You got a massive spike, and then now what's going to happen? Because
Yeah.
now that's all gone. And do you know the biggest weapon is, and she's got the most, and she's killed it best. Is Gemma Collins,
Yeah.
the J.C. Don't like her. But she's got peas. She's got peas.
she's
I
got
remember
dough.
the experience because you were on the farm with her, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember that. But
she's got dough, bro.
she's got dough and she's killed it.
Yeah.
And she's monopolised the thing. And as much as she's big and people cuss her, she don't
Yeah.
care.
She don't give a
shit, bro.
And fair
Yeah,
play,
yeah,
she's got
yeah.
that much confidence. Good for
Bravo,
her. She'll
man.
wear certain
Yeah.
things. You'd be like, she shouldn't really wear that.
Yeah,
but she don't care.
But she knows she's going to be in the paper the next day.
And
so
she's
it don't
killing it.
matter.
And she's winning at life. A fair play to her for
man.
doing something like that.
Yeah. 100%.
Good for her.
So then next for you, and obviously you have your little girl now.
Cool. I've got my two boys, about to be 18.
Hey, your
about to be
boy's a
14.
big man now,
Yeah,
brother.
they're bigger than you. If they turned up
Big
here now,
man.
you'd be shook.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
remember them in the thing running around
With their quad bikes and stuff like that, yeah.
Brother, I used to ride that quad bike. You mad?
Do you remember around the thing?
Yeah, bro.
Let me have a go.
Yeah, you have normal size quad
Was
bike.
you there when I broke my leg?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I was there.
You were there. It happened that
Oh
day,
yeah,
innit?
we
Wow.
was there.
What happened?
I was riding a
Brother.
bike.
Oh,
It was a
that-
stunt.
yeah,
It was a
don't,
stunt. It
'cause
was
it makes me feel.
I've got the video.
Oh, the
It was a
pop,
stunt. I'll
bro.
show it to you. It's a stunt bike. So I shouldn't have been. I was trying to do stunts in it, but it's not a stunt bike where you lift it up. It's you jump and you do things. And so I was riding it out. And I was really heavy at the time. I must have been 20 stone. And I was riding it out, and I thought, let me put it up on the back wheel. And I put it up on the back wheel. I dropped, and my foot hit, and literally my ankle was doing this.
Oh,
hanging.
Peter, listen. you can hear the pop, bro.
Yeah.
And Yianni's there.
On the floor, I'm like,
to
I broke
be
my
fair,
leg, I broke my leg.
You held it down, bruv, because I would have been, he's there going, it's gone.
I
It's
broke
done.
my leg,
Like,
and
poke's
then do you
finished.
remember
Was
the
that
car wash
adrenaline
guy,
though
the
as
Albanian
well?
car wash guy come, and he clicked my leg back in.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I thought, maybe I'm all right now.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, yeah, no, I'm not.
No,
I
Take
don't
me
know
to
what this
hospital.
Albanian car wash guy had been through in his life, yeah. He ran over and was like that, bruv.
And do you know what that did? As much as my leg was still broken, he saved all my ligament damage.
Wow.
Because he put me back straight again, he saved so much stress and pressure on my
On
leg.
your leg, yeah.
And obviously I went into hospital.
Didn't we
in the back of the Ranger, I had to
Yeah,
crawl
yeah,
into the back of the
the
because I sat
Ranger.
down, I'm like, I'm okay. And then all of a sudden I just went white.
Yeah, the adrenaline's just slowed
dropped.
down
And
now.
yeah, and I was like, you need to get me to hospital. And then
that,
obviously,
bro, that was bad, bro. That was mad. But we had some mad times at that
yeah,
place, bro.
we had some crazy times there. It was mad. That's a long time. How many years you been in Cyprus now? You 5?
6 years.
You
bro.
6
And
here
then
now.
8, yeah, it would have been like nearly 10 years ago, bro.
Does he cut your hair?
Yeah.
Does
He's going
it?
to cut my hair.
I'm
in a
good.
minute.
I'm good, no?
Yeah, he's very good.
You could-
He's going
did
to
you
cut
cut
my
your
hair
hair?
in a minute.
No.
Oh, that's a good trim.
No,
This
Yusuf,
is
the
my,
guy who
this
works
is
for
my
him.
big up Yusuf.
Yusuf,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
he's
so
really
Yusuf got dropped on my doorstep by God, bro, and he come in with his flowery shirt. He was like, I cut hair, and I was
No,
like,
he's
okay.
very good. He's done mine a couple of times when he
Where's
was
your shop?
I got 2 shops. I got one in Buffalo Harbour and one in Coral Bay.
Are you here for the time being? Are you going away?
No,
Are you
I'm
here for the next
bro.
week?
Yeah,
Alright, so if I
I'm
need a
here,
trim while I'm out here, can I come get a trim?
bro. Of course you can.
100%.
bro.
Get a trim. Where will I have to go to get a trim? Which shop do you want me to come to?
If you want me to come to you, I'll come to you because I'm gonna come see thing.
My guy.
I'll do it for Yianni. I've got to do it.
I'll
do
be
you know
there
what
just to tell
You're
you.
not going to be you in Greece?
I mean?
Yeah,
You're in Greece,
but
bro.
you don't need one now.
trimming-
No, it's free.
I'm actually
I'll be
I've got my
back.
stuff with me in the car because someone needs a haircut before they go
You do
green.
need
I
a
leave
haircut.
tomorrow morning.
You do need a
Yeah,
haircut.
like broy.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Like a little zero on the sides?
Whatever he
He's
does.
got really fucked up hair.
How have I got fucked up hair, my like?
It's a bit mad.
What is this? Like, you watch when I
It looks a
edit.
bit like a toupee.
I'm editing this. You know, this is all coming out.
It looks like a fantastic lock of hair. I'm sure I said toupee in the thing filming.
Thank you for just saying. Thank you for saying that part. That's all I
Keep saying
needed.
toupee. Just plum it now and again. Keep saying toupee.
Did you edit the videos?
Yeah, me and whoever's got time.
What'd you
they don't
edit
let
on?
Da
Premiere.
Vinci.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really good, Da Vinci, and because it like he puts it up and on the cloud, I can go
On
in
the
and see-
clouds. On the clouds.
Like his back. On the clouds in the air. With the red kangaroos.
and playing football.
He gives you great snippets that you can.
Yeah,
He's sitting there
proper.
thinking, "Yep, I'll grab
I've
that."
started telling him to write the time down.
Yeah, but this is what makes it. You know what I mean? To end, the episode, what would you say to the people watching on their journey to success? Let's say, would you give any kind word, any words?
I would do things that make you happy. I think that is really important nowadays. I think people do things for other people on social media. They don't even care. And I think people do worry about what other people think so much now. And I know it's very difficult when you're in a circle and you think, oh, that person said that, or a comment online. You've got to somehow block it out and do what makes you happy. And when you go home at night and you shut that door, the people in that house are the people that matter.
Yeah.
Anyone external, don't worry about it and be happy. I said it goes down to being happy in this life because it's so difficult now and it is very hard out there and it's not always about money. And people say, oh, it's not for you. You can say that. I don't always have money, so I can say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just try and be happy. Surround yourself with real good people. Like you said, these two here that are bona fide. I have myself with Daniel and I have some other people as well. But your circle is so important that you can talk to at any point and any time. And if you can talk to those people, you'll always be okay.
And I really like what your mum said. Your name is everything. Yeah. So,
but don't burn your name for something so stupid. People burn their name for something so stupid. I'm like, was it worth it? If you're gonna burn your name and it's £5 million, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. That's
Burn
cool.
it.
Burn it.
yeah, burn
But
me.
not for something so stupid.
It's like that burned me.
Don't do it.
That's nice.
That's a nice message.
Yeah, and thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
man.
Thank you for
We know you
taking
got
the time.
We know you're a busy man, but trust me. We know.
I ain't
you're
gonna
busy.
lie, I really enjoyed this. I knew
Oh,
I'd
I'm
enjoy
glad
it
you
because I've
did.
known you forever and I know you. So to me, I've enjoyed it. I think you guys are great. I love this podcast. I
Thank you
watch
so
it
much.
myself anyway. Obviously, I watch all your stuff anyway.
Means a
So
lot.
guys, make sure you support them too. I appreciate you. And yeah, shout out Cyprus. I'm coming soon.
Out there.
Cheers.
Let's go.
Yianni raps.